The Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, WellSpan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood SureSave Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dent's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from Regency Furniture Stadium here in Waldorf, Maryland. Welcome to game number 45 of York Revolution Baseball. Today it's the Sunday series finale, Father's Day afternoon. Happy Father's Day to all the dads who are tuned in as the Revs go for a split in this series and on this road trip. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry along with Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball. It's a hot one here in Waldorf today. And these two teams played two last night, trading late game dramatic last at bat not walk-off wins, but last at bat wins. Blue Crabs got a walk-off in game two. The Revs, obviously the road team, but a last at bat win in game one. And if you weren't with us yesterday, it was a thrilling total of 16 innings of baseball here. Game one only went 7, and with the game scoreless in the 7th inning, Jose Cuevas came through big time. And the first pitch, he swings, bounces it toward the middle, and past Nina into center. Here comes Witherspoon, throws sails to the backstop. He scores. Cuevas trying to go all the way to third, and the throw beats him, but he dives in. Got the hand around the tag from Frank Martinez. It's 1-0 York. And Cuevas at third base with still only one out here in the 7th inning. And that finally came in support of Joe Van Meter, who allowed just 2 hits in 6 scoreless innings. Ryan Dent would add a sac fly to make it 2-0, and Grant Sides finishing it off. And the payoff pitch, swinging a fly ball to center. Gillies backs up. He is there, and this game's over. And the Revs win 2-0 with 2 in the top of the 7th. They take game one of this doubleheader. Grant Sides, another 1-2-3 save, his 4th. And Joe Van Meter, spectacular in 6 shutout innings of 2-hit ball. He picks up his 2nd win of the year, his 1st as a starter. And in the nightcap, the Revs would grab an early lead in the 3rd. Ryan Dent scoring on a wild pitch. Blue Crabs tied it in the 4th inning on an RBI groundout. In the 5th, the Revs went back in front. It was Tyler Clark doing the trick.
One out. Here's Clark. Sends this one to the left center field gap, and this one has a chance, and that ball is not coming back. Tyler Clark picks on the first pitch he sees from Joey Wagman and unties this game. A 2-1 lead for the Revs. Clark's 3rd homer of the season, and boy did he blast that one. A line drive out to left center.
He caught all 16 innings yesterday. Wellington Dotel added an RBI double to make it 3-1, but the Blue Crabs with 2 runs in the 6th inning to tie it. They were then positioning to try to win it in the 7th inning, but Robert Carson got a huge double play and a big-time escape. And the Revs, with bases loaded, do set up at double play depth. Corners are up. First pitch, he swings, grounds to second. Cuevas gloves, flips the turn, dug out of the dirt by Luis Cruz at first base. He makes a game-saving pick, and Robert Carson on the first pitch gets a game-saving double play. 4-6-3, Cuevas making his 2nd start at second base. He starts it, and Dent turns it. And Cruz, making his 1st start at first base, completes it. picks it out of the dirt, and this game is going extra innings in unbelievable fashion here in Waldorf. But after Carson got a big strikeout to escape some 8th inning trouble in the 9th, Southern Maryland would eventually win it. Francisco Rosario, who made a great diving play earlier in the game, he was the one that hit into that double play in the 7th, but with the bases loaded in the 9th inning, did rip the walk-off single. So 4-3 final in Game 2. And Michael, the Revs today go for the split on this road trip and in this series, and it's a hot one here in this Sunday finale, and it's a little bit different lineup. Really, the only guys that are healthy are the ones playing, and even some of those guys are not totally. They've got Severino making this start on short rest. All of that adding up, maybe they score 10 today and win 10-0. We'll see. You just never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's unpredictable with this team. Just a team that just continues to hang at 500, and that's not a bad thing this early in the season. You want to be at least around 500, and the Revs are, but you just never know with this team. It's hot out. The ball might fly today, especially to left field. But you mentioned the guys in the lineup are the ones that are healthy. The bench is a little banged up right now. Guys playing a little bit out of position. Jose Cuevas can play second, but he's not usually there. Luis Cruz, just really his first taste of first base these past couple days. And Tyler Clark, I'm sure his legs are tired. 4th straight game behind the dish in 3 days. So it's going to be one where you're just going to need a good start from Dominic Severino on the bump, keep the ball down in the zone, get some ground ball outs, some punch outs, and hopefully the offense can string together a couple hits, have timely hits, and win a game here to get that series split.
Well, Severino was outstanding earlier in the road trip at Somerset. He's 3-3, 5.03 ERA coming in. Left-hander Drake Britton goes for Southern Maryland. He is 2-3 with an ERA of 7.62. Coming up on the pregame, we'll take a quick look ahead to the upcoming 7-game homestand, and then we'll check in with Mace, get his thoughts on a wild doubleheader last night and his lineup here today. First pitch is set for 2:05 here on this Father's Day afternoon from Southern Maryland on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
Hey guys, is it time to get your hair in the game? Time to claim your spot! Then it's time to check in online at sportclips.com/check-in for a fresh cut, legendary hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo. Time to claim your spot! So do your hair a favor by checking in online and arrive just in time for your Sport Clips MVP.
4.9% APR. First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Revs have played 14 of the last 18 on the road through today. That'll start to change. They are back home tomorrow, opening a 7-game homestand. We preview that a little bit right now. Road Warriors coming in, and they will be flying back from Sugar Land, so hopefully we can catch them a little bit groggy, but it's a 6:30 first pitch tomorrow. By the way, we will be on at 6:30 at the end of the Baltimore Baseball Show. Hunger-Free Mondays are back, presented by United Fiber and Data to benefit the York County Food Bank. Tomorrow is also Engineering Night and Trivia Night, hosted by Showtime Trivia. That is tomorrow's game. Tuesday, a WellSpan Sports Medicine Silver Sluggers Night. Wednesday is Pride Night, featuring the Rainbow Jersey Auction presented by Starbucks York Roasting Plant to benefit LGBT Center of Central PA. And it is also a Maple Donuts Night on Wednesday evening at the ballpark. Thursday is a Rudders ticket redemption night. And then the Sugarland Skeeters come in for the weekend, their first visit, Friday and Saturday at 6:30. Friday is summer kickoff night. Saturday is a big one. It's Ag and Farm Night presented by BB&T. Post-game fireworks presented by Allied Milk Producers. And then Sunday at 1 p.m., day game next week, of course, Pirate Day. The whole homestand is sponsored by York County Bar Association. Sunday features Dollar Dog Day, courtesy of Hatfield Quality Meats. Sunday Fun Day presented by Wise Markets with a pregame autograph session and catch on the field. And postgame, kids run the bases. So 7 in a row coming up. Then the Revs go away for 4 to Long Island, but then right back for another week-long homestand the following week. So we are due to rack up some home games. We are excited to do that beginning tomorrow night. Tickets on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Revs ticket office. Right now, first pitch approaching here in Waldorf. We'll take a quick break, check in with Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report coming up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
We solemnly swear we're up to no good, and we want all the wizards and witches to join us. It's Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th at People's Bank Park. Get points for your house in a costume contest or take part in the end-of-term feast. Plus, enter to win tickets to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. With movie clips, your favorite characters, and more, it'll be more fun than you can put in the room of requirement. Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Hi, Mace. Well, we'll start in order with yesterday's doubleheader, the team's trade last-at-bat wins, and beginning with what Joe Van Meter did in Game 1. Just outstanding, the effort that he gave you.
Oh, on short rest especially. Joe was really good, and he was cramping a little bit during the game. I mean, it was hot. So he was battling a little bit of the cramping, but outstanding work, 70-some pitches, I think, and a lot of zeros. So I think Joe's gotten real comfortable in that starting rotation, or it seems that way anyhow. So, you can't say enough about what he did yesterday.
The game-winning hit comes from Jose Cuevas, and you can feel the frustration coming off of him on this road trip. He's probably had 6 rockets that have been caught. And wouldn't you know, it's a seeing eye hit that gets the monkey off his back.
Yeah, you know what? I felt really comfortable with him in that situation. I said to Fletch, I said he's going to get a base hit here. I said he's been on Compton all day. He's been hitting the ball hard. I said I feel pretty comfortable that he'll get a hit here, but it was not exactly the kind of hit I was thinking he would get. but we'll take that base hit. So. It was just a weird chain of events. I mean, I think I put Spoon in the run for Melky in that inning, and there was just all kind of crazy stuff that was going on. But, so, I mean, we were fortunate everything worked out. I think, Cuevas came through, and I feel bad for him because he has been hitting the ball pretty hard. He just can't get it to fall in. So that was a good one right there.
Game 2, you get Jay Goss back, and wonderful to have him back in the rotation, whatever he did last night. He got out of a bunch of trouble, and with the command early, did you think it was as simple as him just being overamped?
Exactly. I mean, we know that's what it was because, Fletch came in the dugout after he warmed up before the game, and he said, this first inning is going to be interesting because he hasn't been out there for 3 weeks, and he has a lot of adrenaline running right now. And I think he had a 27 or 30 pitch first inning, whatever it was somewhere in there, and pitch out of stress. So you haven't been out there for 3 weeks, and you get a big stressor right out of the gate. But then there was one sequence of pitches in the second inning where he got his arm slot. You could see it with this one fastball he threw. He got his arm slot, and he basically threw fastball changeup all game. He didn't throw any breaking pitches. Just because he didn't want to push the elbow to that degree right now. So he was just throwing the fastball changeup, which is kind of the same hand action, the way you're going toward the catcher. The pitch count got a little hairy. 80-some pitches in 4 innings, but it was good to see him be able to walk off the field and not have any pain, and to be back out there battling like we know he can do it.
It was such a weird game, and Tyler Clark came up big with the home run again. He's been awesome for you. But you may not see 2 catchers' interferences in a season, and he was called for 2 last night. What did you make of that?
Well, the first one, I think it was either Rodriguez or Somko, it was one of the lefties. That was the first one. That was kind of a legitimate one, I thought. It seemed like Tyler might have reached for the ball a little bit, but the one with Lyon, the ball was on the ground. Tyler had the ball on the ground. He had it trapped in his glove, and it almost looked like Lyon took the bat and swung it directly down on his mitt. Like I have never seen a swing like that. I can't explain it. You'd had to see it, but to me, I don't know how Tyler could have done anything else. He trapped the ball on the ground. The pitch was in the dirt. And the next thing you know, Lyon just basically took the bat straight down behind him from the left side and smoked it right onto the catcher's mitt. So, that was, that was one that I really didn't agree with. But, it is catcher's interference regardless. But it was just it was a weird swing the way it went.
Well, he was an Iron Man back there last night. He's going to catch again today. And I know Burgess with the hit-by-pitch is out of the lineup. How strapped are you with the way that you have to put the lineup together today based on how guys are feeling?
Well, the only guys that are available to play are the ones that are playing. So that's pretty much the way it is. And even a couple of those guys are nicked up a little bit. I know Zach Wilson's been battling a little bit of a groin strain or a tightness. And, the guys that are on the bench, Burgee got hit in the knee yesterday, so we knew he'd be out today. But Casilla, he's been battling some tightness too, and Melky with the quad, which was one of the reasons why I pinch ran for him yesterday. And if you remember, I think on the ball that Dotel hit in the second game to right field, Mesa he scored from first base on that ball. So I think him pushing that one right there might have made him a little bit too sore for today. So we'll have Cruz at first base again today, who I thought did. He did a really pretty good job of picking balls out of the dirt. He really did. But he's familiar with first base, but he really doesn't play it that much. So, we have to put him there though because Tyler can't play over there, and we need all the other guys to play the infield positions that they're playing today. So, and none of my outfielders, unfortunately, can go there. So we'll try to get through this one and get home for a week and try to get healthier. And it's going to be hot too, so that should help a little bit. But we are pretty banged up for today, though.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Let's pause for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Revs today, this is who they have that can play. It'll be Jared Mitchell in right field leading off. Travis Witherspoon, center fielder, batting second. Hitting third and DHing is Wellington Dotel. Zach Wilson is banged up, but He's in there at third base, hitting cleanup. Jose Cuevas at second base will bat fifth. Luis Cruz has to play first base again, and he will hit sixth. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, batting seventh. Tyler Clark, who caught 16 innings yesterday, will catch hopefully 9 and only 9 more today. He is catching and batting eighth. Tyson Gillies in left field will hit ninth. Again, it's Mitchell, Witherspoon, Dotel, Wilson, Cuevas, Cruz, Dent, Clark, and Gillies facing left-hander Drake Britton. For the Blue Crabs here today, they will go with Ryan Strasburger in left field leading off. Edwin Garcia, the shortstop, bats second. Frank Martinez at third base will hit third. Cleanup man John Griffin, the DH. Angelo Sonko in right field will hit fifth. Devin Rodriguez, the first baseman, is batting sixth. Corey Vaughn in center will hit seventh. Austin Green does the catching, hitting eighth. And Angeles Nina at second base bats ninth. And that's who Dominic Severino will face today. And we're ready to go in this one as Mitchell digs in. It'll be left on left to begin things. And Britton winds, our Dasher Investment Services first pitch, is down and away. And we are underway at 2:06. They only missed it by 60 seconds. Mitchell on a rough road trip. Here's the 1-0. And he swings, drives a foul the other way and left. Really, the entire offense has had a rough road trip, but they have a chance to go 500 on it. They've had a rough start to the season offensively, but they're at 500. And Mitchell did help them win the game that Severino started at Somerset, a tie-breaking home run in that one. 1-1. He swings, dribbles a foul, first base side. Revs are in the alternate black jerseys today. Southern Maryland has switched to their blue camouflage tops, the baby blue hats. Partial cloud cover today, but it is hot. 1-2. And a breaking ball, strike three called. Mitchell frozen on a hook from Drake Britton, who starts the afternoon with a strikeout.
That's a tough pitch to hit going away. I mean, it was right there, legitimate strike three call right there, and Mitchell is not able to pull the trigger on it.
One down. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report today. Wilson playing despite a groin strain. Alexi Casilla out of the lineup today. Groin strain with him. Melky Mesa out of the lineup. Quad strain. There's Witherspoon, who shows a bunt, takes a strike. Michael Burgess is out. Bruised knee, hit by a pitch last night. And Frank DeGiulio Jr. is on the DL with Tommy John surgery. Pitch is lined up the middle. Witherspoon reaches for one away and rips it back up the box. So he continues to rake, and he's the Revs' first base runner, a one-out single.
Just stayed with that pitch, sent it right back up the middle, off the end of the bat a little bit. But nonetheless a hard-hit ball, and that's a good approach from Spoon in the two-hole today.
We'll have to start playing the MASH theme when we do the WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report.
Yeah.
And I sure hope it gets better. We're heading back home.
The dugout's an infirmary right now.
Man. Here's Dotel. One on, one out, and Britton a snap throw over, but Witherspoon dives in. Our weather at game time, it is 87. Oh, no, that's York. Never mind. 89 degrees. Feels like 93, the heat index. Mostly sunny. And another move to first, back standing this time. That weather report brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Be a good pool day if you have one of those in your lawn, which should be cared for by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Pitch to Dotel, that's in for a called strike.
It's a perfect pool day. I mean, just a few clouds in the sky, almost 90. I mean, I caught a few rays at the pool yesterday before the doubleheader. Was able to do that.
Yeah, you had better accommodations than we did.
What are the odds?
The stretch, the 0-1, and a swing and a foul, first base side and out of play. It's actually, you know, it kind of serves me right because, you know, my wife doesn't sleep with 3 kids in the house. So
right.
were on the road, and I really didn't either because there were 2 dogs in the room next to mine.
Well, it's only fair, I guess, that you didn't get any sleep.
It is fair.
Now you're conditioned for when you go back home.
Here's a called third strike. A backdoor cutter paints the outside corner, and Dotel is rung up. So 2 outs, both on strikeouts looking. But yeah, the owner left them in the room yesterday, apparently was in D.C., wasn't coming back or wasn't back yet, and they just barked for hours after hours the entire morning. Here is Zach Wilson. And Britton with the pitch, swinging a high fly, left center field. Vaughn coming in from center. And still trotting. He'll tap the glove off his thigh and makes the catch. Scoreless top of the first inning for Drake Britton. Allows a 1-out single to Witherspoon, but that's all. And we've played a half inning this afternoon. It's the Revs nothing, the Blue Crabs coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here.
Play ball!
The new Sports Radio 1350.
Dominic Severino getting ready to go, and he was brilliant Wednesday in Game 1 of that doubleheader at Somerset. Got his 3rd win, 3-3 coming in, 5.04 ERA and 9 starts. Most of the damage was in 1 outing, and that was the start before when he was charged with 9 runs, but a complete 180. What a turnaround. 2 starts before that 9-run outing, he was really limited both in innings and effectiveness by long illness that took a lot out of him, lost a bunch of weight. But his first 5 starts of the year, he's in the top 10 in the league in ERA before all of that went down, and definitely looked like that guy again in his last start. Here is Ryan Strasburger to lead off, and Severino starts him with a fastball strike. This is short rest for him. Van Meter, though, was brilliant in doing so yesterday. There's the wind, the 0-1, and a fastball just outside. Severino in that game at Somerset, 5 1/3, 1 run on just 4 hits. Walked only 1, struck out 4. He deals, and it is just off the plate away. Plate ump is Silvio Martinez. Tim Detweiler at first, Jorge Terran at third. On the wind, and the 2-1. Swinging a line drive to center. Witherspoon a few steps over towards straightaway, and he's got it. He had him shaded the other way initially, but he handles the first put out of the day for the York defense.
Good to see Dom get that first out, something that we didn't see a lot of yesterday with Revs pitchers, at least in the second game. Even Van Meter struggled with the leadoff man in the first inning yesterday, but sets the tone here for the inning.
1 down, Edwin Garcia will dig in. Severino kicks and fires and misses low, a changeup. In that last start, he retired 8 in a row at one point. Would have been 12 in a row. An error, the only thing that broke up the streak. He fires, and there's a fastball for a strike. He's working quickly, going right at him, attacking the zone. And this Revs team, they have some young guys like Dom. The pitch, it is inside, off speed. And a lot of these guys, there's outside factors that they don't let bother them, whether it's short start or short rest. Here's a swing and a pop-up, foul ground. Clark coming over with the shades on and out of room, back in the seats. Or if it's a different role, like Van Meter going into the rotation, he obviously has embraced that. Clark today catching an afternoon game after 16 innings behind the plate last night. They're an easy bunch to root for. They will play Garcia even further the other way. Now with 2 strikes, the 2-2, and he swings and lofts it in that direction, but it's going to be Cuevas from the infield, moving back into shallow right, getting the start at second today. He handles it. 2 up, 2 down here in the first.
Mace really doesn't have a lot of options defensively, but it's been huge that Jose Cuevas is able to transition to playing second every once in a while now instead of just short and third. And the fact that Zach Wilson has been able to hold his own and then some at third base this season, playing there regularly now.
Now the switch hitting third baseman Frank Martinez. First pitch, he swings and pops it up, and it's Wilson across into foul ground, approaching his old dugout, and he's got it. He caught it in the heel of the glove, and that got some teasing from some of his former teammates, but he puts it away. 1-2-3, first inning for Dominic Severino. We go to the second today. No score here in Southern Maryland.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelero. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the second inning, no score. And the Revs with Cuevas, Cruz, and Dent coming up. Severino a 1-2-3 first. Revs had a single from Witherspoon in their half, but nothing else. And Cuevas digs in. First pitch is up high. Had a game-winning hit in Game 1 yesterday. The Revs bunted the leadoff runner over for him. Here's the pitch, and it misses inside. And he hadn't gotten hits to fall, but like Mace said, he was on Compton throughout the day. He's been hitting the ball hard throughout this trip. The 2-0. He swings, hits it high in the air, left center. Vaughn will drift back, but he's going to have room. Medium deep, and the center fielder makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down here in the second inning.
Next up, first baseman number 20, Luis Cruz.
bring up Luis Cruz. Britton 2-3, a 7.62 ERA in 7 outings, 6 starts. He's been hit pretty hard. 28 and a third innings, 32 hits, 25 runs. All but 1 have been earned. 12 walks, 15 Ks, 4 homers allowed. And the Revs beat him in a school day game in York a few weeks back. Pitch to Cruz. He swings and misses off speed. That day, in 4 innings, they put up 5 runs on 8 hits against him. Also forced him to walk 4. Won that game 7-5. The pitch and a swing and a foul tip to the net. Alexi homered off of him that day, but he's one of the guys in the infirmary right now. Not in the lineup today. There's the wind and the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Got Cruz to chase in the dirt, blocked by Green. He'll step out and toss it down to first. And the 3rd strikeout for Britton, and that theme kind of continuing where opposing starters have early success against the Revs. Sometimes figure them out in mid-innings here recently, but early success and a lot of strikeouts early.
It's been consistent early on in games where the Revs have struggled to get things going, and you mentioned the strikeouts early, and this is a team that does strike out a lot, so that's nothing really new, but that 2nd and 3rd time through the order, what you really have to look at, the Revs have been better.
Here's Ryan Dent, and he looks at a fastball strike. Dent 2 for 4 with a double in Game 2 last night. Sac fly in Game 1. He had one of the better nights at the plate. The 0-1. He swings, hits it in the air, right field, but Songko out there in that deep right. He'll trot toward the line a couple steps and handle that one. And it's a 1-2-3 second for Drake Britton. We've played an inning and a half here this afternoon. Revs and Blue Crabs scoreless.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Come celebrate your faith with the York Revolution. It's Faith and Family Night on Saturday, July 14th at People's Bank Park as the Revs host the Long Island Ducks. Join us for the pregame We Care event on the plaza and a dazzling postgame fireworks show launched from center field. Plus, the opportunity for your church to perform music between innings. Field box tickets are $9 and field box tickets with food vouchers included are $14. Gates open at 5:30 and the game starts at 6:30. Get your tickets in advance online at yorkrevolution.com using the promo code FAITH18. We hope to see you there on July 14th.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No score. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here in this Sunday road trip finale, John Griffin to lead things off for the Blue Crabs. Severino 1-2-3 first. And Griffin DHing. First pitch, it is inside for ball 1. He played third base last night. We've always seen him in the Atlantic League as a first baseman or DH. There's the wind, the 1-0. And that's a little high. Change up from Dom. Griffin in his 9th game played with the Blue Crabs today, 8th start. Hitting .231, does have 2 home runs. The 2-0, and he swings and skies one foul, but that'll sail back and out of play. And they were hoping that he would come in and provide some power. He has. They're sort of waiting on Sonko, who's on deck, to still do that. He was third in the league in home runs last year, but has only hit 1 in his 31 games. There's the wind from Severino, the 2-1, and he locates but doesn't get the call.
That's still a good spot for Severino, though. Even if it's not right on the plate, it's a pitch that guys will swing at.
Right around the outside corner there. Here's the 3-1, and a swing and a number just trickles foul outside the right-hand batter's box. Full count. Griffin, Sonko, and Rodriguez in the middle of their order this afternoon. Here's the wind, the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive to left field. Gillies will play it on a hop, and he might have misread that. Backed up a little bit, and I think it carried further than it looked off the bat. It's a leadoff single for Griffin to begin the second inning.
Definitely a catchable ball right there if he had broken in on it, or at least froze right away, but that step back cost him.
So now Sonko, who last year hit 24 home runs for Long Island. This is a tough ballpark, though, to be a left-hand hitter. This one in Sugar Land with enormous right fields. He's hitting .263, 1 homer, 11 driven in. And Severino's set. First offering is up high, a changeup missing. And Sonko had the leadoff hit in the 9th in Game 2 last night, scored the winning run. Revs were in jams all night, and they stranded 16 runners, but ultimately not quite enough. There's a fastball, that's a called strike. Count now 1-1. Sonko was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning to lead off when they built a threat. Carson got out of that, though. The bases loaded double play to end that inning. Severino ready. The 1-1 and a swing and a fly ball center field, hit pretty deep, but Witherspoon backing up. He'll stop just shy of the track, and he's got room on this one. 1 down in the inning, fires it in, missed Cuevas, the cutoff man, but Severino right there in the middle of the infield to grab it. Sonko getting high fives in the dugout. He did put a good swing on it. Just a loud first out. Here's Devin Rodriguez, hitting .282 with a homer and 15 batted in. Last year he was in the mid to upper 300s. And Severino the pitch. It is a fastball and a called strike 1. Rodriguez was one that the Revs just could not get out last season. Hit .478 against York, and he finished up at .364, but didn't have enough at-bats to qualify or plate appearances for the league leaders. Pitched to him, it's a little high, and he had a thumb injury that cost him a lot of the second half. But he burst onto the scene. He was an unknown when he was acquired, and was right at the top of the league in hitting. Huge reason that they won the first half last season. Severino, the 1-1, and that's outside. No score here in the second inning. 1 on, 1 out for Southern Maryland. I'll look over at first, comes set with it. 2-1, and a changeup sails away.
Falling behind a hitter here, and just got to come back with a pitch, fastball, try to keep it low in the zone. Maybe get a ground ball right here.
3-1 on Rodriguez. Cruz over at first, holding Griffin. Middle infield at double play depth. There's The 3-1, and he swings and skies one down the line and right, but that'll be foul and out of play. Mitchell giving it a look. Revs coming in 22-22. 10-10 at home, 12-12 on the road. Southern Maryland 17-28. They are 14-12 at home, but they've had a brutal start on the road, 4-15. There's a move to first, diving back is Griffin. Revs 7 back coming in today. Blue Crabs in last place, 11.5 back. But they have played better. Early in the year, they were giving up some football scores, especially from their bullpen. They've tightened some of that up. Severino set. Payoff pitch, runner goes, swinging a foul against the screen. Griffin not really a stolen base threat, but they put him in motion there on a full count. He'll have to head back. These two teams will next meet in early July. Revs will be back here right before the All-Star break. 3-game weekend. And then 2 series in York in August. Severino ready, he deals, runner goes again, and a foul again as Rodriguez sends it back over the net. So Griffin getting some sprints in.
This has been a tough inning for Dom, and just the fact that he's had to throw a lot of pitches after that 1-2-3 really quick first inning. Just not being able to put away Rodriguez here. And again, he'll have to come back with a 3-2 pitch. Doesn't want to walk him and set up first and second.
No score here early. Corey Vaughn is the man on deck. And ready again. Here's the stretch from Dom. And again, he deals. Runner goes, swinging a fly ball to right. This one in play. Mitchell has it measured, comes in a couple steps, and squeezes. And a big out. 2 down. Severino had to keep pumping strikes as Rodriguez kept fouling those off, but he gets them.
Griffin's getting his sprints in over there at first base. Going back and forth, putting him in motion, but that's a huge pitch from Dom to come back there and get him.
So now we'll face Corey Vaughn. Had a big RBI hit in the 6th inning last night when they were coming back. Severino ready, first pitch, breaking ball, and it's a called strike. Vaughn hitting .224, does have 6 home runs, 15 driven in. Has struck out a lot, 50 times, 3rd most in the league. The pitch, and a swing and a foul tip into the mitt. They stay with the breaking ball. Tyler Clark back there today, excellent game caller. He and Severino ahead of Vaughn 0-2. Trying to work around a leadoff single here in the 2nd inning and keep it scoreless. Here's the stretch, the 2-strike pitch, and they do. Swing and a miss, a fastball away. Couple breaking balls, and then the fastball. They pitched him backwards, and Vaughn down swinging. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the 3rd, still no score.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
York Revolution's 2nd annual Pride Night is Wednesday, June 20th at Peoples Bank Park in partnership with the York County Community Foundation and the York County Economic Alliance. This year's event features the Revs wearing rainbow jerseys presented by Starbucks York Roasting Plant with a jersey auction to benefit the LGBT Center of Central PA. The Harrisburg Gay Men's Chorus will be singing the national anthem, and the UCC Open and Affirming Singers will do Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Discounted tickets are available at YorkRevolution.com under groups, then group theme nights. Pride Night, Wednesday, June 20th at Peoples Bank Park.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the third inning, no score here this afternoon. Darrell Henry along with Michael Mark Antonini. It's going to be Clark, Gillies, and Mitchell coming up. And a little bit warmer for you out there today, right, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice day out here. Again, I can't complain. I've been very pleased with the weather I've had while sitting out here in Southern Maryland this weekend.
I'm glad we could provide that for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, look, we've had a ton of rain and just weird weather back in York. It's nice to go on the road and knowing I have to sit outside, have some good weather.
Heck yeah.
What would we be doing if it was drizzling out here? Would I just be standing under this overhang right here?
I don't have a plan for that yet.
We haven't figured that out.
Actually, ever since we started doing this last year, we've been very fortunate. But yeah, this booth is not made for one, let alone two. Need like a telescope to see right field. Here's Tyler Clark. First pitch is down low to him. Ran the numbers earlier today. Ever since Clark hit that home run in Lancaster May 24th, he's been batting in the 230s since then. The 1-0, and that's a little bit high. Appeal to first, doesn't swing on it.
He's rocking the blue bat today. I like that.
It's a good look. And it doesn't sound like much, but early on he was kind of lost at the plate, the 2-0. And that just missed low. But since then, he's hitting the 230s, 3 home runs, some big hits. And obviously what he does behind the plate, he's been very valuable. 3-0, right down the chute, that's a strike. And he had a good game against Britain the one time that they faced him. It was 2 for 2 off of him with a double and 2 RBIs. 3-1 pitch. He swings, lines it to right center. He's got another hit off of him, and this one a gapper. Rolling all the way back to the wall. Clark at second. Look at him run. He's going to make it to third standing up. It's a leadoff triple to start the third inning, going the other way and right up the gap.
Well, first of all, that ball off the bat looked like it was going to be a single cut off in the gap, but I mean, that ball just gets by Vaughn. Not a good route there, and looked like Clark was running around Little League bases. I mean, he was on third in a hurry.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like he was sprinting. He just has such long legs and long strides that he was at second before you could blink, and then all of a sudden it was no-brainer to pick up third standing up.
First triple of the year for him. And Tyson Gillies will look to get him in. 7th extra base hit of the year for Clark. Corners are in, middle infield back. First pitch, oh, nailed him, and it hit Gillies on the elbow guard, and he turns and sprints to first base. Doesn't rub a thing, doesn't react to it. First and third with nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you don't see guys sprint that quickly after they get hit, but that's a case where the elbow guard really worked.
And aside from that, he is built like stone, we
Yep.
should mention. Revs fans will see him beginning tomorrow night. Here's Jared Mitchell, so he will try to open the scoring now. First and third, no outs. And again, third baseman up, middle infield to turn 2. First pitch cuts away. Ball 1. First baseman Rodriguez will hold Gillies, who can fly. He's yet to attempt to steal, but he can certainly do it. 1-0. And it is a called strike, outer half. Mitchell a strikeout looking on a breaking ball his first time at bat. The stretch from Britton. The 1-1. And that's in tight. Mitchell started but held back. Gillies in his career 114 steals. He had 8 in the Can-Am League last year playing for Ottawa. He is a Canada native. He's from Vancouver. On the stretch, a look his way. He's at first, Clark at third, and a throw to first. Gillies will fall back on the bag. His biggest stolen base year. 2009, he was 20 years old in the Mariners system. High desert with the California League, he stole 44. He also hit 341 that year. That's not a bad year. Here's the stretch. 2-1 to Mitchell. Breaking ball missed high. Now the Revs hold the cards here. 3-1 on the hitter. He'll adjust the batting gloves. Leadoff triple from Tyler Clark, and then the hit by pitch to Gillies. No score here in the third. And Britton a look at first. 3-1. He runs. Mitchell swings, fouls it off third base side, and Gillies was at second in a blink. He goes sliding in, but he will head back to first.
Well, he didn't realize it was fouled off there. He was about to set up camp at second.
Yeah. But he was there in a hurry.
Yeah.
3-2 now. Actually, 130 steals in his career. I didn't factor in Can-Am League. And a move to first. He's back standing. Britton a relatively easy first 2 innings, but Revs will now make him work a little harder. The 3-2 not running, and a swing and a fly ball to left. Clark will tag at the bag. Strasburger under it, comes forward, makes the catch. He'll heave it. That'll allow Gillies to move up as well. Clark comes in, slides across the plate. Sac fly for Jared Mitchell, and the Revs with a 1-0 lead.
That's big right there. Just all you have to do is get the ball in the air, a deep part of the outfield, and that's what Mitchell did. Off the bat, I'm thinking that might be a pop-up shallow left, but that drifted a little bit all the way to Strasburger out there in medium to deep left. Clark a good job making sure he didn't leave early there, and then gets home easily.
So now Gillies at second as well, as that throw went clear over any cutoff opportunity all the way to the plate. And here's Witherspoon with Gillies at second, 1 out, 1-0 York. And Britton the pitch, breaking ball, comes back for a strike. Witherspoon singled up the middle off of Britton in the first inning. And another one like that, with Gillies' speed, would be a good bet to make it 2-0. There's the stretch from Britton. And delivers, and a swing and a foul the other way and right. Britton, 28 years old. He was with Bridgeport last year, acquired in the dispersal draft. He was a reliever, 4-1 with a 3.68 ERA, starting for Southern Maryland. He has started a bunch in his career, 110th career start. Now deals, and a swing and a tapper hit softly to first. He's going to dig. Rodriguez fumbles it. Witherspoon safe. And Gillies up to third. They missed a chance at a second out. And Rodriguez charging in on the slow dribbler, tried to scoop and maybe look up to see where Witherspoon and Britton were before he had it.
The Revs making things happen with speed. Spoon, I got to believe they scored that a base hit. Oh, they gave him an error. I think Spoon beats that play even if Rodriguez comes up with it, but The reason for the error or base hit if they end up changing it is because Rodriguez bobbles that because he knows how fast Spoon is and he had to rush that.
No doubt. He was going hard all the way.
Surprised they gave that an error, though.
Yeah. Here's Dotel. First and third with one out. 1-0 York. And Britton with the pitch. It's high. Ball 1. Dotel was rung up. A called third, his first at bat. Looking to capitalize this time. Revs given an extra out in the inning. And a throw over. Witherspoon had a healthy lead, but dives in on that snap move from the lefty. I think Britton would have been there had Rodriguez handled it, but speed made the mistake happen. Big lead again. Another snap move. Close, but he's in. And that might be the extent of how far he wants to go. If that throw was down near the bag, they'd have had him, but it was up about letter high. And now another try, but he was ready and dives in. Britton tried to catch him napping before he had even come set.
Might as well just stand on first base at this point. Keeps going over, but yeah, that 2 pickoff moves ago, that was really close.
1-0, and a swing and a fly ball to right. This will be deep enough. Sonko has to go back and toward the line a few steps. Catch is made. Here comes Gillies. Throw goes to second, and the Revs with 2 sac flies in the top of the third inning have a 2-0 lead. Dotel picks up the ribby.
This is just good manufacturing runs by the Revs. Good job doing that, not needing hits to get these runs in. And that's when you know you're a good team, if you can produce runs without a big hit, without a hit in general. Revs are finding ways to get it done. Just get the ball in the air, as simple as that.
A 2-0 York. Witherspoon at first with 2 outs. Zach Wilson, the hitter. Fly to center his first time. And Witherspoon running. First pitch down and in, and the throw was terrible, and it goes into center. He's up heading to third, and he'll make it, as Vaughn will just pick it up and lob it back. Stolen base and a throwing error on Green as it sailed wide toward Nina, the second baseman. It was low, it bounced, nobody could knock it down. I was afraid it might hit his pitcher when it left his hand. So now Witherspoon at third base, 1-0 on Wilson. And Britton with the pitch. It is down and away, missing. Steal for Witherspoon, his 8th in 9 tries, and all those pickoff moves didn't deter him. 2 errors in the inning now for Southern Maryland. Here's the stretch. 2-0, and it's a called strike in under Wilson's arms. Big spot here for the former Blue Crab, trying to do some damage against his old team. He's been playing hurt. 2-1, and a backdoor breaking ball just missed. So it tilts into his favor again. 3 balls and a strike. Britton, a former Boston Red Sox, did make it to the majors. Sets at the belt, and the 3-1, and a swing and a ground ball to third, but cut off by Martinez to his left. He'll settle and make the throw across. And that will end the inning. Revs score the game's first 2, though, on just 1 hit. 2 errors in the inning and 1 left. A couple sac flies. We go to the bottom of the third. Revs on top, 2-0.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
We solemnly swear we're up to no good, and we want all the wizards and witches to join us. It's Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th at People's Bank Park. Get points for your house in a costume contest or take part in the end-of-term feast. Plus, enter to win tickets to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway with with movie clips, your favorite characters, and more. It'll be more fun than you can put in the room of requirement. Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
2-0, Revs on top. As we go to the bottom of the third, Dominic Severino will get to work with the lead. 8-9-1 due up. Green, Nina, and Strasburger. As Austin Green starts it off. 2 innings for Dom thus far. 1 base hit allowed. Worked around a leadoff single from Griffin last inning. And his first pitch, it is just outside. Green, former Tigers draft pick, 13th round in 2013, made it to Double-A. Out of the University of San Diego. 1-0, and he swings, lines a base hit, hooking into left center. Witherspoon races over, calls off Gillies, cuts it off, and fires into second on a hop. Leadoff single for the second straight inning. Green is aboard. Angeles Nina coming up next.
I'm a big fan of Angeles Nina's walk-up song. Yeah. Gets the crowd going. It might be the same song as Vladimir Frias from Lancaster. I'm not sure, but they're similar.
Yeah.
They that techno get you hype music.
We might have to sound hound it for you next time.
If you could, that'd be great. I don't know who sings it. I don't know what the song's called. I don't even know what they're saying, but I like it.
We could find out. A strategic tap of the phone. We'll know.
Yeah, might have to. Next time we go to Lancaster, I'm gonna have to talk to their guys up in the booth. Ask what it is.
There's the first pitch to him. Swings and beats a foul behind the plate. Big hack from him on the first pitch. Nina was a teammate of Severino's in Bridgeport. He started this year in New Britain, wasn't there long. He's traded here. Overall hitting .224, but .291 with Southern Maryland. Now the 0-1, and a changeup missed high. Severino keeps kind of reaching toward the front, kind of extending his right arm. I hope nothing's bothering him. Kind of reaching like he was trying to feel the finish of that pitch, but he's been stretching it out a little bit in between pitches. Now ready, a move to first, and diving back is Green. Catcher probably not a threat to run, but not a bad idea to keep him honest. 2-0, Revs lead, bottom third. And another move, quick one, and Green diving in. Day games on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard today. Lancaster at Long Island. And it's the Ducks leading 3-0 in the fourth. Now, time asked for by the hitter. Nina got a bug up near his eye. New Britain at Somerset. They are scoreless in the seventh already. And the Patriots are being no-hit. New Britain has 4 hits. Mark Hamburger has allowed none. The 1-1. It is just outside. Hamburger facing his former team. He was with Somerset very briefly, so we'll keep an eye on that. Bees have yet to score for him, though. I did see the video of Brett Jody's ejection last night. It was pretty good.
Oh, you saw the video?
Yeah, Mike Ashmore on Twitter was on the scene. The 2-1, and a swing and a high pop-up. Dent from short will drift back, calls off Gillies coming in. Dent camped under it, and a couple steps into the outfield. He squeezes for out number 1.
Where would you rate it on ejections you've seen over the past couple years in this league?
Well, I mean, there are some all-time classics in this league, but the best one I've seen from him, he's typically mild-mannered. He ejected all 3 umpires. They obviously didn't leave, but then he ran back to first base. He was on his way off. He turned and ran back to imitate the call that they missed. Here's Ryan Strasburger, who looks at a breaking ball away. And then coming off the field, waved his arms in the air as if to tell the crowd, let's go. High five fans on the way through the tunnel.
That's great.
He's usually very mild-mannered. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a high fly in left center. Witherspoon's got a beat on this. Position's over, comes in now, and makes the grab 2 down as Severino gets a couple of outs in the air after the leadoff single.
Yeah, another good job of coming back after a knock and just pitching his game. But back to the thing with the brawl and Jody and Somerset. You always love to see a good brawl here and there, or a good ejection here and there.
Yeah.
And some antics after. But they're getting no hit, you said. What inning is that again?
7.
Oh, wow. Hamburger's bringing the cheese today.
Here's Edwin Garcia. He popped to second his first time. First pitch is outside and off the glove of Clark, but he will race back and recover. No advancement.
Could also call him the Hamburglar. He's stealing all the hits.
Do you have more?
Oh, you know I have more. I just don't want to use them all. We're only in the first half.
That's right.
Can't use them all yet.
By the way, the Road Warriors in Sugar Land, that's a night game in Texas. The Road Warriors will be flying in for that opener in York tomorrow. Now move to first, diving in is Green. But you never know. I mean, travel day, you would think teams are going to be so tired, but the Revs went down there and won, which they've often done. Revs have often come back and won. Road Warriors went down there the first day and won. Severino with the pitch. And there's a fastball, nails the outside corner, called strike. It's 1-1. Garcia pop up his first time. I see the sideboards aren't even on today, so we can't even look at those and wonder if they're right or not. They've taken the potential errors out of the equation by turning them off.
Yeah.
Pitch is just off the plate away, 2-1.
Just like an infielder or an outfielder, if you can't get to the ball, you can't get an error on it.
It's actually very smart. Revs a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Severino stretches. And the 2-1. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow left. Dent out. Calls off Gillies hustling in. Dent again. He's right there in front of the left fielder and hauls it in. And that brings a smile between those two right in front of each other. Catch made by Dent. Leadoff single again is left on. And we'll go to the fourth. Revs and Severino with the 2-0 lead. Michael Marcantonini with the play-by-play in the fourth.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
An early 2-0 lead for the Revs, top of the fourth inning from Regency Furniture Stadium. Michael Marcantonini with you on the call. Revs looking for the series split today in Waldorf, split the doubleheader yesterday, lost the series opener, a 5-0 shutout loss on Friday. Game 1 yesterday, a 2-0 win for the Revs, and then a walk-off loss 4-3 last night in the nightcap. 2-0 lead here today. They've scored first in the last 3 games of the series, and now showing bunt and pushing one to the right side is Cuevas. Running to first, and he's going to be safe. The throw from Britton was a dart at the first baseman, Devin Rodriguez, and he couldn't handle it. Cuevas, you know, I got a little messed up on that call. I was watching Cuevas run. He was running inside the baseline on the infield grass, so, I mean, nobody saw it, but he was not by any means in the baseline. So, but he's safe at first, running on that inside grass, a push bunt. They'll call it an error, so he reaches not on an infield hit, but on the E1, unless they gave it an E3. We'll see what they gave it. Now Luis Cruz with a man on first and no outs. Cruz back at first base today, second straight start there for him, and just second start there overall this season. He takes a strike for the first pitch from Britton. It's 0-1. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Revs. No runs on 2 hits, 3 errors for the Blue Crabs. Revs had 3 errors as a team in the nightcap last night. The Crabs matching that so far today through 3+. Now Cruz laces one, a hot shot to third. On one hop, Martinez has it to second for one. The relay throw to first in time. A 5-4-3 double play. Nice stop by Frank Martinez. Got it on one hop, spun, and got up. Threw to Nina. And a good throw from Nina at second base. So just like that, no one on base, and there's 2 outs in the inning, a 5-4-3 twin killing. And you figure that Cuevas shouldn't have been on base anyway because of the error. And now with 2 outs and no one on, Ryan Dent. James Frisbee out for a quick talk with his starter, Drake Britton. He was out there in a hurry, so a chat with the entire infield. They all come racing in. And I'm wondering what he's saying to them in this situation. I can't imagine what it would be unless it's a scouting report on Dent. But he's really getting in the ear of everybody. And that was a quick chat right there with Frizz. So he'll shuffle back to the dugout. 2-0 lead for the Revs, top of the fourth. 2 outs for Ryan Dent. Dent made 2 catches on pop-ups in the top of the third inning. Dominic Severino, or in the bottom of the third inning, Dominic Severino's worked 3 scoreless so far. Now the right-handed hitting shortstop digs in. The pitch from the lefty, Britton, chopped foul down the third baseline. Polo handles that in the third base coach's box. He'll flip into the Crabs dugout. The count's 0-1 on Dent. Dent hitting .237 on the season, 6 homers, 15 RBI. Swing and a miss at the 0-1 pitch. It's 0-2. Dent's 2 for 6 in this series. He doubled yesterday and scored a run in the nightcap. Scored the first run of the game on a wild pitch. He's also scored a run this series. Now the 0-2 pitch to him. Changeup misses low and away. It's 1-2. Dent did not start on Friday night, but played both games yesterday. Long day of baseball for these two teams. Finished after 11 p.m. Eastern. Back here today for a 2 p.m. start time. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball looked like it was right there, but just a little low. No argument from the Blue Crabs dugout. It's 2-2. Count back even for Dent with 2 outs. No one on base. Britton out of the windup. The pitch. Misses again outside. It's 3-2. From 0-2 to 3-2. And Ryan Dent is hanging in there. No one on. And the full count pitch. Half-hearted check swing, but Dent goes around. He slams the helmet and the bat. The bat a little bit more aggressively, and it's strike 3. An unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Drake Britton, and after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Revs 2 and the Blue Crabs nothing. Stick with us on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Home half of the fourth. It's 2-0 Revs over the Blue Crabs in the finale of this 4-game series down in Maryland. The finale of an 8-game road trip in 6 days for the Revs. They'll head home for a 7-game homestand starting tomorrow. 4 with the Road Warriors Monday through Thursday, then a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series with the Sugarland Skeeters. Dominic Severino back out to work in the bottom of the fourth. He'll face the middle of the Crabs order, 3-4-5. The first pitch of the inning is a curveball for a ball outside, 1-0. Frank Martinez, John Griffin, and Angelo Sonko up to bat here. Martinez started a 5-4-3 double play in the last half inning. Grounds 1 to first. Cruz has it. He'll take it to the bag himself, calling off Severino. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that brings up John Griffin. Martinez now 0 for 2. Griffin back in the designated hitter spot today. The game at third base yesterday. Before that, we'd only seen him at DH. .231 with 2 homers and 4 RBI on the season. He's been with the Crabs a little bit more than a week now. 2 for 9 this series. First pitch from Sev, misses inside, 1-0. Severino has gone less than 6 innings pitched in each of his last 4 starts. He's 1-2 in that span, struggling a little bit. On the pitch, fly ball deep left field. Gillies going back, looking up. And that one will sail over the fence. It's not coming back. A solo home run from John Griffin, his 3rd of the season. He now has 5 RBI. And that cuts the deficit in half for the Blue Crabs. It's now a 2-1 game. So Severino serves up the long ball, and no doubt about it, shot. And the Crabs are on the board. It's 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Now Angelo Sonko will follow that up. Sonko 2 for 6 in this series coming in. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out here today. So a blast from John Griffin. A towering shot onto that porch in left field. First pitch to Sonko, breaking ball, grounded foul down the first base side. It's 0-1. Well, for Severino, I was just talking about his struggles of late. His last 4 starts, he's gone less than 6. He's lost 2 of them. But he did win his last start. That was in Somerset, 5 1/3. Only gave up 1 run. Today, looked good through 3 innings. Now gives up the homer in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch, chop foul again. It's 0-2. But for Dom, he dominated the first month of the season. April and most of May was really good for him. He's now given up 5 homers on the season, 12 extra base hits in total. Does have Sonko in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-2. 2-1 the score. Revs still in front. They got their 2 runs in the 3rd inning. A pair of sac flies. Jared Mitchell and Wellington Dotel, each a sacrifice fly. Pitch from Severino. Fastball way outside and a little bit high. 2-2. Then the Crabs answered with the Griffin solo home run here in the inning. Severino looking to come back and get an out. Griffin now 2 for 2 with a single and a long ball. Now the Revs Husky right-hander on the hill. Out of the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, change up inside corner. The hold from Clark. And they're 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. A big out there for Severino coming back after the home run. His 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. That brings up Devin Rodriguez. Severino looking to limit the damage to just 1 run in the inning. Here's Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Severino retired 6 of the first 7 batters he faced through 2 innings. Pretty easy 3rd inning. Misses high with a curveball to the left-handed hitting Rodriguez there. 282 with a homer and 15 driven in for Devin. 1 for 8 in this series. He steps back in the box. Count 1-0. The pitch from Severino. Fastball misses away. It's 2-0. 2-1 the score in Game 4 of this 4-game series. It was supposed to be a 3-game series, but a rainout in the last series these 2 teams played in York forced the makeup game to be here in Southern Maryland because the Crabs don't come back to York the rest of the first half. Same scenario in the last series the Revs played in Somerset a few days ago. Rain out in York. Somerset doesn't come back to York in the first half, so they played a game in Somerset. Now the 2-0 pitch. Hot shot to first. Cruz knocks it down. Underhand flip to Severino covering at the bag. And the inning is over. But the damage has been done. A solo home run for John Griffin cuts the Revs lead in half. A 2-1 game after 4 full. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and none left on in the inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th, see what the Revs can do with a 2-1 lead. Stick with us here on the broadcast.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
York Country Day School is an independent college preparatory school. It inspires and nurtures the innovative and creative spirit of students as they pursue their intellectual promise. At York Country Day School, students are known and valued, which allows them to engage as compassionate, bold, and active citizens as they identify a purpose outside of themselves and generate the call to better the world. York Country Day School is currently enrolling students beginning at age 2 years, 7 months through grade 12. We invite you to visit for a day and stay for the education of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.ycds.org.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Two to 1 lead for the Revs over the Blue Crabs. Top of the 5th inning. Tyler Clark will lead things off for the Revs. Clark, Gillies, and Mitchell, 8-9-1. Clark, a triple and a run scored in the 3rd inning. He shows bunt, drops a good one down the third base line, barehanded by Martinez. Throw to first, dug out. No, it skips away, and Clark is safe at first. Ball goes over by the Revs bullpen down the right field line in foul territory, and it'll be, I believe, a bunt single for Tyler Clark to start the inning. First pitch of the inning, drops one down, a good one. He was getting that bat head out in front. He squared it up and deadened it down the third base line. Martinez made a great effort to charge that one and barehand it and still get a good throw off the first, but it wasn't handled by Rodriguez. And Clark's safe at first, I believe, with a bunt single. Either way, he's on first base. He's reached base twice today. Now with no outs and a man on, a lefty-lefty matchup for Britton with Tyson Gillies at the plate. First pitch swinging, Gillies chops one, but foul over to first base. Clark will have to retreat to first. A good start to the inning for the Revs. The second time today that Clark has led off reaching base for the Revs. It was a leadoff triple for Clark in the 3rd inning, and a ball he shot to the right center gap. Vaughn took a terrible route to it and turned what could have been held to a single into a triple. Clark later scored on a sac fly. Now a move to first. A throw gets by Rodriguez. Goes all the way to the Revs bullpen. Clark picks up second on the throwing error. Nina slides, and now Clark's going for third. The throw is not in time. Clark slides in head first, safe at third base. Looks like Clark's a little shaken up over at the bag, but he gets up. He'll brush the dirt off, asks for time. So that works out to be a 2-base throwing error. Angelis Nina, the second baseman for the Crabs, slid over down the right field line to pick up the ball, and then just kind of held it there. Clark decided to go for third after stopping at second originally, and then just had to turn on the jets. Nina made a pretty good throw to Martinez right on the bag, but Clark slid in just ahead of the tag head first, and now his entire chest and both pant legs are covered in dirt. He'll try to brush some off. And now a man on third with no outs for the Revs. Gillies in an 0-1 count. The pitch from Britton. Breaking ball misses low and away, but smothered in the dirt by Green. 4 errors in the game for the Blue Crabs. An E1 charge to Drake Britton right there. 2-base throwing error. Gillies a chance to bring home another run and get the run back that Severino surrendered in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1, hard hit ground ball foul, and again down towards the Revs bullpen. So whoever is down there on the bench for the Revs in the pen has got to be aware of what's going on. Plenty of action in the inning. Revs lead at 2-1, top of the 5th, but they're threatening for another. 2 runs on 3 hits in the game. They've taken advantage of errors. See if they can take advantage of another. Gillies sends one off the end of the bat into shallow center field. Vaughn ranging on, makes the grab. Clark tags from third. The throw will be cut off and won't nearly be in time. A sac fly for Tyson Gillies. The Revs have 3 runs now on the board, all coming from sacrifice flies. And that's a 3-1 lead for York in the top of the 5th. 3 sacrifice flies. I mean, hey, get them on, get them over, get them in. That's what the Revs are doing today. Another run produced without a base hit. And they now have that 2-run lead back. This is the second time this season where the Revs have
had 3 sacrifice flies in a game. The first was on June 7th against Long Island. Now Mitchell steps into the box, fresh count for him. Base is empty after the sac fly. So Tyson Gillies comes up with his first RBI in a Revs uniform. The Revs now have a sacrifice fly to each outfield spot today. Gillies to center, Mitchell had one to left field, and Dotel had one to right. So all 3 outfielders have sac flies. 3-1 lead for the Revs, 1-2 the count on Mitchell. The pitch from Drake Britton, fastball misses high. Mitchell thought about swinging but held his hands back. It's 2-2. Tyler Clark has now scored 2 runs in this one for the Revs. They have 3. Pitch to Mitchell, fastball misses low and away, and Mitchell walks. So it was a 3-ball count. The scoreboard read 2 balls. So Mitchell walks. He's done plenty of that this season. He walked twice on Friday night. Walked once in Game 2 yesterday. So his 4th walk of the series. That brings up Travis Witherspoon with a man on and no out, or 1 out. Scoreboard read no outs. So they got to get that fixed. Just a bunt single in the inning for the Revs. An error for the Blue Crabs. A sac fly for Gillies. Led to a run. Spoon takes a fastball high. It's 1-0. The Crabs cut into the deficit that they were facing when John Griffin hit a solo homer over the left field wall in the bottom of the 4th, but the Revs have answered back with that run. It's 3-1 New York. Man on first, 1 out, move over, and Mitchell back standing. The third baseman, Martinez, is about even with the bag, maybe a step behind it, off the line. Double play depth up the middle. The shortstop Garcia and the second baseman Nina. The first baseman Rodriguez holding on Mitchell. A decent lead for him. To the plate Britton. Fastball in for a strike. Spoon takes. It's 1-1. Wishing a happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I want to give a special shout out to my dad and my grandpa and my papa. Hopefully some of them are listening. I know they've all tuned in the past, so I thank them for that on this Father's Day. Another move to first, and Mitchell dives back safely. So all the dads out there, even the dads that are expecting to become fathers soon, we wish them a happy Father's Day. Glad we could be playing on Father's Day to honor the holiday. 1-1 to Spoon. Popped up foul down the right field side out of play. 1-2 the count now. The story so far in this one, Revs taking advantage of getting runners on base and moving them over. They only have 3 hits in the game, but they have 3 runs. So some of those 3 runs you can thank the 4 errors from the Blue Crabs. Britton to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. Way inside and low. It's 2-2. Now the 3-2 pitch coming up to Spoon. Here it is from Britton. Off the hand, shot down the first base line, but foul. Got by Rodriguez, but it is a foul ball, so we'll do it again. Mitchell will again lead off first. There's 1 down in the inning. Revs already have a run in the frame. Now Spoon gets set in the box. Britton looks at first. Comes set at the waist. Now the pitch. Fouled back to the backstop. And the count remains. Believe it's 3-2. Witherspoon back in the box. Twirls the bat. Now it's back on his shoulder. Britton comes set. Now another move over to first, so the at-bat will continue. Spoon steps out, takes a couple practice cuts. Trying to stay in rhythm with all these moves over to first from Drake Britton. Three to 1 lead for York, top 5. And another move over to first. This throw high, but Rodriguez handles it. Britton continues to pay attention to Jared Mitchell. He could be off on this pitch. Full count on Spoon. Now the 3-2 pitch finally, it misses high. Well, it was a 2-2 pitch, not 3-2. Now it's 3-2. Count is full. You never know with the scoreboard here in Southern Maryland. It's easy to throw off. Easy to be thrown off. But now it is a full count. Mitchell leading off first. We'll see if he goes in motion on the pitch. There's one down in the inning. Mitchell doesn't go. Spoon pops this one up sky high, middle of the diamond on the second base side of the first base side of second base, and Nina makes the play behind second. And there's 2 down in the inning. So with 2 down and a man on first, Wellington Dotel, the Revs' designated hitter, will get a shot. Dotel a sac fly in the third, struck out looking in the first. Dotel, the average at .318 with 2 homers and 20 RBI. He's been a bright spot from the start and really hasn't stopped hitting since coming to York. The right-handed slugger steps in, big open stance. And the pitch, fastball that is over for a strike, top half of the strike zone. Good pitch to hit, but Dotel let it go by. 0-1 the count. 3-1 lead for York over Southern Maryland. Revs trying to earn a series split and go 500 on this 8-game road trip. The 0-1 pitch, Dotel takes, it's low, smothered in the dirt by Green. He'll pick it up and fire it back to his pitcher. 1-1 the count on Wellington. Dotel 2 for 10 this series, doubled home run yesterday. Revs eventually lost the game in Game 2 yesterday. A 1-1 count on Dotel. The pitch from Britton. Popped up but foul out of play. It's 1-2. 2 runs in the third for the Revs, 1 here in the fifth. The Crabs' only run came in the fourth on John Griffin's solo homer to left. 3-1 game. 6 hits combined in this game. Hits have been hard to come by in this series. Been 2 shutouts so far over the first 3 games. Now the 2-strike pitch to Dotel. Other way, shoots it into right field for a hit. Mitchell stops at second. Dotel stops at first. Another base hit for Wellington Dotel, his 3rd hit of the series. And the Revs are in business with 2 outs. Dotel continues to find ways on base. He continues to have an all-fields approach, and he's another 2-out base runner. Runners at first and second with 2 down for Zach Wilson, the cleanup hitter. With that base hit, Dotel has now hit safely in 29 of 34 games with the Revs this season. Pretty impressive considering that he came in having hit under 200 in 8 games with Sugarland, having to come into a new team, a new situation, and he just started raking from the start. Wilson takes the ball high. It's 1-0. Mitchell leads off second. He walked in the inning. Dotel at first after the 2-out single. 4 hits in the game for the Revs. 3 singles and a triple. Now Wilson an RBI opportunity with 2 down. Britton looks at second. Now the pitch. Wilson takes outside. It's 2-0. Well, Zach has been struggling mightily. The average is down under 230. It's at 229. Hitting just 160 over his last 8 games, 091 over his last 4. 2 balls and no strikes on the right-handed hitting slugger. Pitch from Britton, fouled back. It's 2-1. Decent pitch to hit there. He was free swinging with the 2-0 hitters count. Revs looking to add to their 3-1 lead. We're in the top of inning number 5. Back to 9 innings today. Both games yesterday were 7 innings. Doubleheader. Revs could really use this series split. A look at second from Britton now. A check on first. He steps off. Both runners back to their respective bags. Wilson back in the box, ready to hit. 2-1 the count on him. And the pitch way inside. It's 3-1. This is Wilson's 8th pro season. 4th in the Atlantic League, spent his first 3 with Southern Maryland. Now with York. 21st round pick of the Yankees in 2011, reached AA in their system. Britton taking his time on the hill. Now he comes to the plate. Wilson laces one in the left field through the 5.5 hole. Polo's sending Mitchell. Here's the throw from Strausberger. Not in time, and the Revs add another. A 4-1 lead for York in the top of the 5th. An RBI single from Zach Wilson. And the Revs continue to rally and produce runs in this one, their second multi-run inning of the game. And they now have a three-run lead. That's got to feel good for Zach Wilson. RBI number 16 for him on the 2018 campaign. Just his second hit of this series. His second single. And he gives the Revs one more. Dotel stops at second, Wilson on first, and the line keeps moving for Jose Cuevas, the second baseman. Cuevas takes the first pitch high. It's 1-0. A 2-out RBI for Wilson, made possible because Dotel reached on a single with 2 outs and 2 strikes on him. Zach just shot one into left field through the 5.5 hole. The 1-0 to Jose. This is driven to the left center field gap. Strausberger giving chase, and that ball is off the base of the wall in left center. 1 run is in. Dotel scores. Wilson pulls up at third. An RBI double for Jose Cuevas. And the Revs add another run. It's now a 5-1 game. They continue to put a hurting on Drake Britton here in the top of the 5th. 2 2-out runs in the inning. And Jose Cuevas might be breaking out of that mini slump he was in, and the only reason I call it a slump is because he was in an 0-for-23 hole before the game-winning hit yesterday, but not the ideal slump, not the traditional slump where he's striking out and popping out, stuff like that. A lot of line drives that have been caught during that, but he's now finding holes and finding gaps. That one off the base of the wall in the fly in left center, and it's given the Revs another run. Well, there's only 1 run on the scoreboard for this inning in the manual scoreboard here in Southern Maryland, but they do have the runs up in the run column. It is 5-1 York. They've done it on 6 hits. And James Frisbee was out for a quick chat with Drake Britton, but he'll leave his starter in. It's the second mound visit of the game for Southern Maryland. Now we'll see what Luis Cruz can do. Back-to-back RBI singles, or RBI hits for the Revs as Cruz swings through that one or fouls it back. RBI double for Cuevas. He's there. Wilson went first to third on it. Dotel scored. 3 runs in the inning for the Revs. They lead it 5-1. Second and third for Cruz. Here's the second pitch, and that misses low. So Dotel has scored a run, Mitchell has scored a run, and Clark has scored a run in the inning. Now the pitch. Cruz chops one down the third base line. It'll be a tough play for Martinez. Barehand pickup, nowhere to go. It's an infield RBI single for Luis Cruz. 3 straight RBI hits, 4 straight hits in total, and the Revs add another. It's a 6-1 ball game in the 5th. A swinging bunt dribbler from Cruz. Martinez, the third baseman, was way back with 2 outs. He had nowhere to go. He couldn't throw to first. That would have been a disaster if he'd gotten rid of that. He couldn't throw home because Wilson was already there. And Cuevas made it to third in time. And that's going to be it for Drake Britton. He can't get out of the 5th. James Frisbee out to take the ball. New pitcher coming in. It looks like it's a left-hander. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back. 6-1 Revs, top of the 5th. We're still not done the top of the 5th. Stick with us on the broadcast. Quick break right here.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the fifth inning, Revs a 6-1 lead on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They've hung a 4-spot so far in the top of the fifth. David Wayne Russo, the new pitcher for the Crabs, he takes over for Drake Britton, who lasted just 4 2/3. 6 runs already, and he's responsible for both runners on base. First and third for the Revs for Ryan Dent. First pitch swinging from Ryan, and he swings through that one. It's 0-1. Dent was frustrated after striking out in his last debut. A chance to help add to this lead, though. Revs up 5. It's 6-1 in the top of the fifth. Russo looking to get the final out of the fifth. And the pitch. Dent takes a fastball outside. It's 1-1. Cuevas is on third. He had an RBI double in the inning, off the base of the wall in left center. 2 out, swinging bunt RBI single for Luis Cruz. Revs have 4 straight hits, and Dent's the 9th man to hit in the inning. Takes high there. It's 2-1. If Dent reaches, well, the Revs, unless somebody gets picked off or caught stealing, they'll have officially batted through the order. Dent, the 9th man in the inning. The 2-1 pitch, way inside. It's 3-1 on Ryan. 0 for 2 today is Dent, a fly out to right and a strikeout swinging. 4 runs in the inning for the Revs. They've done it on 5 hits, 4 singles and a double. There was a sac fly in there. That was from Tyson Gillies. Now the 3-1 coming to Dent. Way inside again. It almost clipped the pant leg of his right thigh. And he'll trot down to first after the walk. And now the man who started the inning with an infield bunt single, Tyler Clark, will get a chance to hit again. The single, he got to second and third on a throwing error from the pitcher Britton, and then scored on the sac fly from Gillies. Moving up to second is Luis Cruz. Staying at third is Jose Cuevas. 10th man to hit in the inning. Here's Clark. Pitch from Russo. Fastball catches the top of the zone for a strike. 0-1. 4 runs in the top of the fifth for the Revs. They lead at 6-1. They've done it on 7 hits. Dominic Severino getting some serious run support today. He's looked good through 4 innings. Has given up just 1 run. The 0-1 to Clark. He thought about swinging there, but he held up. Pitch inside. 1-1. Blue bat for Clark. It's worked well so far today. 2 knocks, a triple and a single. See if he can find a gap and really put this one out of reach for the Revs. Or out of reach for the Crabs, I should say. Clark takes low and in again. It's 2-1. 6-1 the score. Cuevas leads off third. Dent on first, and the middle runner is Cruz at second. Now Russo comes set out of the stretch. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Clark. Big hack there. It's 2-2. Clark, the average at 183 coming in. It's up from earlier in the season when he was actually hitting under 100 through the first few weeks of the year. But since he switched to hitting exclusively right-handed, the bat has come alive. 3 homers, 7 driven in. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball gassed him on the outer half. But the Revs do some serious damage in the inning. They put up 4 runs. They do it on 5 hits. There was a sac fly that produced a run as well. And they lead it 6-1 after 4.5. They send 10 to the plate in the inning. And Dominic Severino will head back out to the mound with a 5-run cushion to work with. Michael Marcantonini and Darryl Henry on the broadcast. Stick with us. We'll see what Severino can do, taking the bump here in the next half inning.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia, NMLS ID 2925, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm a meal delivery engineer, you know, a server, and I love it. But now, with Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery, this place is livelier than 2-for-1 app night. See, while I guide my guests from nachos to gnocchi, they're picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and goes with everything on the menu. Except maybe the 4-alarm fries. Stay away from those. Keno, it's here. Play it at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Bottom of the fifth inning, an exciting game in Waldorf, Maryland. Michael Marcantonini alongside Darryl Henry. 6-1 lead for the Revs in the bottom of the fifth. Dominic Severino's first pitch of the inning has popped up in foul territory. First base side. Luis Cruz over to the Revs dugout, but he runs out of room. 0-1 the count on the leadoff man in the inning for the Crabs, Corey Vaughn. It's 7-8-9, Vaughn, Green, and Nina. A 4-run top of the fifth for the Revs. They chased Drake Britton from the game. David Wayne Russo got the final out. Revs sent 10 to the plate in the inning. A breaking ball from Severino that misses out of the zone. It's 1-1. How about that inning, Darryl? A 2-spot in the third, but then a 4-run fifth inning, and they've broken away from the Crabs in this one.
That was awesome. It started with Tyler Clark. He was the initiator. He's all dirted up now, diving around the bases.
1-1 to Vaughn. Breaking ball sent into left field over Wilson's head for a base hit. Gillies gets to it, drops to a knee to field it, throws it into Dent. A leadoff single for Corey Vaughn. He really had that dirt caked on his chest and both his legs, but I mean, hey, if you're going to get dirty, why not just get as dirty as you can, right?
No, that was awesome, and he saw Nina taking his time, backing up that throw, and decided, I'm not going to take my time. I'm going to take this extra base and continue to set the tone today. And don't think his teammates didn't notice. They were pumped.
Sure. Severino comes set out of the stretch. The first pitch to the 8-hitter Green is a strike, 0-1. And Tyler Clark's got to be a fan favorite in that clubhouse. I know, we've raved about what he does for this team, mainly defensively, but also offensively. But I got to believe the guys love having him in the lineup. Severino comes set. A move to first, and back safely is Vaughn, diving head first. Well, Clark's the one that started the 4-run fifth inning, reached on a bunt single, scored the first run of the 4. 3 of the runs came with 2 outs. The Revs just kept the line moving, sent 10 to the plate. Severino's pitch sent into center field, straight away, deep for Witherspoon. He glides back, makes the grab on the first step on the track, shoots that one back into the infield. A long out number 1 in the inning. Travis Witherspoon runs it down like he's been doing that for years, and he has. He's so good out there. Makes it look just a little bit easier than most. And that's out number 1 in the inning.
Yeah, I mean, you're reading a ball that's, when you start, 300-some feet away and rarely makes a mistake. It's really impressive what these outfielders at this level are able to do. It sounds routine, but it's really impressive.
Here's Nina with one out and a man on. This one blooped into shallow left center field, and that'll drop in front of Witherspoon, a base hit. 2 hits in the inning for the Crabs. Vaughn read that well, running from first to second, knew it was dropping. Dent ran out there from short. Spoon and Gillies from center and left, respectively, came in on it, but it dropped in front of Spoon. Bermuda Triangle out there. Another hit for the Crabs. They now have 5 in the game. They officially have more hits than errors now, Darryl.
I'm sure that's what they were going for.
I mean, I think that's what you're always going for. A consolation prize right now because they're down 5 runs. Back to the top of the order. Here's Ryan Strausberger. Breaking ball to him, misses low and away. Clark lets it skip away a little bit down the first baseline, but gets to it before anyone can move up. It's a Cheshire, Connecticut battery today between Dominic Severino and Tyler Clark. Not the first time those two have been battery mates this season, both from the same hometown. And now the right-handed hitter Strausberger awaits the 1-0. Fly ball off the end of the bat, foul territory down the left field line. Gillies will run out of room. That one lands on the roof, and did it get stuck in a gutter?
It did.
Out there on the Legends Club?
That could be a drainage problem.
Yeah, that ball is not going to come out of there on its own. It just disappeared.
These fans in front are wondering, why didn't it roll down yet?
I didn't think there was a gutter out there. It just kind of dropped right in.
Could be worse. Could be a hole in the roof.
This isn't bowling, but that is a gutter ball. 1-1 the count on Strausberger. Severino takes his time. He looks at second. Now the pitch sent back into the netting. It's 1-2. Revs lead at 6-1, bottom of the 5th. 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th. Crabs only run a solo home run from Griffin in the bottom of the 4th. Dominic Severino getting some much-deserved run support. He hasn't gotten much this year. Now he comes set again on the mound. And the pitch, swing and a miss, pitch down in the dirt, a changeup. Clark has to go around Strausberger to pick up the ball. Nowhere for Strausberger to go, though. First base is occupied. It's a strikeout swinging, 3rd strikeout of the game for Dom. And that brings up Edwin Garcia, who I might also point out, Darryl has a pretty cool walk-up song.
Oh, I missed the sound hound on that one. I'm sorry.
That's all good. I mean, we'll just be ready for who was it? I guess Nina.
I missed him,
too.
We
missed. Yeah, I was going to say he just hit. We'll get him next time. Severino looks at second. 2 outs in the inning. 2 on. And the pitch from Garcia fouled back into the netting. It's 0-1.
That top of the 5th was so long, Michael, that I enjoyed an entire cheesesteak basket. And I am a little concerned about my immediate future, but
sure.
That thing was loaded.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, it's not a Philly cheesesteak. It's a Southern Maryland cheesesteak.
That's true.
0-1 the count on the batter Garcia in the 2-hole in the Crabs lineup. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The pitch from Severino. Hot shot down the third base line, but foul into the Crabs dugout. So the Crabs reliever's getting some action down there now. And when I say getting action down there, no one's throwing. It's just they got a baseball souvenir down there. Revs lead at 6-1, bottom of inning number 5. Dominic Severino getting 6 runs of support today. He's only gotten 16 in his 9 starts coming in today, so this is just uncharacteristic. I'm sure he doesn't know what to do with himself out there. Time is called with the count 0-2 on Garcia. He takes his helmet off to wipe something out of his eye. But you look at some of the run support that pitchers have gotten for the Revs, and Severino's only gotten the 16 runs in 9 starts. Atkins has only had 22 runs in 9 starts. Detweiler got 28 runs in 6 starts while he was here, so he was the guy getting the bulk of the offense. McCoy's only had 3 runs in 3 starts and no runs in his last 2, so few guys that haven't gotten a ton of support. But Dom has been in the rotation all season, finally getting a big outburst from his offense. The 0-2 pitch to Garcia, popped up, foul territory, out of play, first base side. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. 5-run lead for York over Southern Maryland. 6-1 the score. 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors for York. 1 run on 5 hits and 4 errors for the Crabs. The Revs have 2 multi-run innings in this game to give them 45 multi-run innings on the season. And this is their 45th game, so about 1 a game. Well, it's exactly 1 a game, but you know what I mean. 0-2 the count on Garcia. Pitch from Sev, breaking ball, misses low and away. Couldn't get Garcia to chase. And the count is 1-2.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Michael.
Yeah, I figured you were. And that's all that matters, as long as we're on the same page. Sev looking in at Clark for the sign. 2 have worked really well together today. 1-2 on Garcia. Sev taking his time and the pitch. Hot shot right at Zach Wilson at third base. Kind of self-defense over there. Makes the grab on top of his left shoulder area, and the inning is over. Garcia hit it hard with 2 strikes, but he lines out to Wilson, comes up empty. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Crabs in the inning. We've played 5 full. Revs lead the Blue Crabs 6-1.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland, and go online to fuscoprobaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Top of the 6th inning from Waldorf, Maryland. David Wayne Russo stays into the ballgame for the Crabs. He got the final out of the 5th inning in relief of Drake Britton, who was chased from the game after 4 2/3. He gave up 6 runs. And the 6 runs scored by the Revs, 4 of them came in a 10-batter 5th inning. And the Revs lead at 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. Leading off is the 9-hitter Tyson Gillies for the Revs. Gillies, Mitchell, and Witherspoon, 9-1-2 against David Wayne Russo. He'll have back-to-back lefties to face, so Russo will get at least a couple more batters. And the first pitch to Gillies, fastball that misses low and away, 1-0. 6-1 lead for the Revs, top of inning number 6. They're looking for more. They've scored in 2 separate innings, 2 runs in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th. Now Russo the pitch, the 1-0 sent into shallow left center field. Racing on is Vaughn. He'll camp under it, and he makes the grab on the run to retire Gillies. 2 pitches, 1 out for Russo. And with 1 down, back to the top of the order for Jared Mitchell.
Gillies needs some swings. He's just getting his season started, only his 3rd game played, but every at-bat's going to be valuable for him to get his timing. As a shallow pop-up, and he's still running on a dead sprint to first base. It's refreshing to see.
He's got those fresh legs. Now Jared Mitchell, first pitch to him is a fastball, misses high and tight, 1-0. Gilly's a guy who, before the game today, was jogging around the entire perimeter of the field on the warning track, getting the blood flowing. On the 1-0, Mitchell fouls it back to the backstop, 1-1. Gillies, he's happy to be playing again. He told me yesterday it's been a while for him, and guy that plays the game hard. You mentioned last couple of days the scouting report that Mace gave you. Now Russo comes set on the hill. The 1-1, Mitchell takes low and away. And Gillies got his first RBI of the season with the sac fly in the 5th inning. He's also hit by a pitch in this one and scored a run, so his first run scored as well. Mitchell looking to get in on the action. Hitless today. Does have a sac fly and a walk and a run scored. He's 0 for 1. He sends this one foul out of play down the 3rd baseline onto the concourse. Well, over the concourse. I think that went out of the stadium.
Right down the steps, I believe.
It's a good thing no one tried to make a tracking back catch there and fell down the steps. Good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah.
2-2 on Mitch. The pitch. Shot foul into the Crabs bullpen. Ricochets off the bullpen bench into shallow left. I think that's Darryl Thompson that went out to grab that. Count remains 2-2 on Mitchell. 6-1 lead for the Revs, top of the 6th. 7 hits of the game. Jared looking to make it 8. Left on left once again for Russo. He comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Misses low and away. It's full. The Revs have drawn their fair share of walks today. Mitchell's walked. Dent has walked. Oh, and Gillies was a hit by pitch. I was thinking that was a walk too. So only 2 walks, but a hit by pitch. So 3 free passes in the game. Done most of their damage, reaching on errors and hits. Now the 3-2 pitch is chopped to first. Rodriguez handles a tough hop, flips to Russo covering in time. 3-1 on the putout. 2 up, 2 down for Russo in the inning. Mitchell 0 for 2 now. Spoon will get a shot with 2 down. Spoon singled in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd, stole 2nd, went to 3rd on another error, popped out in the 5th. One of the guys not to get in on the action in the 5th inning. And here he is with 2 outs and no one on in the 6th. His team up 5 at 6-1 Revs, and we're in the top of the 6th. Spoon ready to hit. The pitch from Russo. Fastball on the outer half, but it missed just off. It was a ball, says the home plate umpire Silvio Martinez. Silvio back behind the dish for the 2nd time this series. It is a 3-man umpiring crew as always in the Atlantic League. So somebody had to do it twice. Spoon chops one foul, 1-1.
Even with all these errors, I'm pretty sure that there was only 1 unearned run on Britain. They've really only given the Revs 1 extra run. Last inning, they hit their way to those 4 runs. There was an errant pickoff throw, but the way the inning played out, those likely would have scored anyway.
So we'll go with that for now. 6 runs, 5 earned. 4 errors in the game, though. And the 1-1 to Spoon. Big swing and a big miss. Fastball outer half. 1-2. Russo came on, got the final out of the 5th. Got out of that jam for James Frisbee's club, and he's now settling the dust here in the 6th. 2-strike pitch to Spoon, up and in. He had to spin out of the way of that one. Almost clipped his jersey. There's another ball, 2-2. Darryl Russo might get another inning after this. No one warming in the pen, and he's had some success out there.
Yeah, he has settled it down.
Well, a 2-2 to Spoon. Chopped foul down the third base side, so we'll do it again.
Well, they could use that. I mean, both these teams, doubleheader yesterday, the extra inning game. Their starter in game 2 last night only went 2 2/3, his debut. And Russo hasn't been used all weekend, so I wouldn't be surprised if they let him roll for a bit.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Spoon. Popped up, foul out of play, right field side. I think the only player that the Revs haven't used in this series is Logan Williamson. He'll start, I would think, tomorrow against the Road Warriors. Everybody else has been used out of the bullpen. Every position player has been used. 2-strike pitch to Spoon. Blooped into shallow right field. Coming on is Sonko. He's there to make the grab. It's a 1-2-3 inning for David Wayne Russo. He's faced 5 batters, retired the last 4. He's through an inning and a third scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Revs 6 and the Blue Crabs 1. We'll see what Dominic Severino does back out on the bump in the bottom of the 6th on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Surprise, it's not Dominic Severino on the mound in the bottom of the 6th inning. I thought it would be, but he is out of the game. Tyler Cravey takes over out of the Revs pen. Severino, 5 innings, just 1 run, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. He leaves in line for the win. His team up 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th, and leading off the inning against Cravey is Frank Martinez, the 3-hitter. First pitch from Tyler is a fastball that catches the outer half. It's 0-1. Darryl, you a little surprised to see Dom out of this game?
I mean, being on short rest, not really. I thought it was a great effort on short.
And Cravey's next pitch, a breaking ball, misses outside.
And it's hot today and all of that. I don't know what his pitch count was at the end. We'll have to go back and get that. But another excellent outing. He's turned the corner back in the right direction.
Fastball from Cravey inside on the hands of Martinez for a strike, 1-2. Coming into this game, opponents were hitting .291 against Dom, but slugging only .402. And both those numbers have definitely gone down, which is good to see. 1-2 skips at the feet of the batter Martinez and gets away. So it doesn't hit Martinez, so he eluded it. 2-2 the count. I think the biggest thing for Dom was the no walks today, Darryl, and something, that it's really hasn't been an issue this year. The walks haven't been an issue. In his last 2 starts, he's only walked 1 each, but today none. It's another good sign. Now the 2-2 from Cravey. Chopped up the middle, and this one will get into center field, a base hit. Seeing eye single for Frank Martinez. He's a leadoff base runner in the 5th or the 6th.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. But yeah, Severino, I thought his fastball command was excellent today. Early on, the changeup was kind of tailing to the arm side a little bit, but then he got better with that and pretty much had command of everything. He didn't throw a lot of breaking balls, but did use it in spots very effectively, helped get a strikeout of Vaughn in the 2nd inning in particular. And that's 2 starts in a row coming off the uncharacteristic one where he has been excellent.
4th start this season for Dom where he doesn't walk a batter. Now Cravey here in the 6th. First pitch to the DH Griffin in the 4-hole, swing and a miss there. John is 2 for 2 with a single and a solo homer. That came back in the 4th. Leading off first is Frank Martinez. He singled in the inning, a chopper up the middle. Now time is called as a ball from the Crabs bullpen got onto the field of play. And if you want to go deeper with Dom's starts, in terms of starts where he's walked 1 or less, this was the 8th time he's done that. So in 8 of his 10 starts, he's walked 1 or less.
That'll do.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll play in this league, in any league. 0-1 on the big DH Griffin. And pitch from Cravey, fouled back over my head in the press box. 0-2. For a young guy coming into this Atlantic League last year, getting some reps, but this year, from the start in the rotation, facing veteran hitters, really good players, former major leaguers even. Not walking guys has been the key for Dom.
Yeah, he's not fazed by the older hitters. He expects to come in and pitch his game, and almost all the time he has.
0-2 the count on Griffin, man on first, no outs. 6-1 lead for the Revs, bottom 6. The pitch from Cravey, line drive, base hit into center field. Spoon will cut it off, going first to third, no, stopping at second is Martinez. Big turnaround second, aggressive turn, but he stops. Station-to-station baseball for the Crabs right now. They'll have first and second with no outs. Now Angelo Sonko comes up.
Now Griffin's starting to get his timing down. Today is 9th game played since signing, 3 for 3. And he likes to do that. We mentioned his size, 6'6", likes to get those arms extended. He'll go the other way with singles like that.
Cravey out of the stretch. Bending at the knees, takes the sign. And Clark now looks at second, comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. No, that's the first pitch. The scoreboard's still at 0-2 up there from the last AB. It's now 0-1 on Sonko.
They'll get around to it.
Yeah, maybe. At some point. Sonko just 1 homer on the year. We know he has pop, though. The 0-1 to him. Chopper out to first base. Cruz has it. He'll flip to Cravey covering at the bag. 3-1 on the putout. Both runners move up to second and third. And now with 1 out in the inning, Devin Rodriguez in an RBI opportunity. Productive out there.
It was. He really jammed him, though. Ball barely got to first base on the roll.
Here's Devin Rodriguez coming to bat. Rodriguez 1 for 10 in this series, including the 0 for 2 he's wearing so far today. 6-1 lead for the Revs, bottom 6, but the Crabs are threatening for a couple more. And the pitch from Cravey. That one misses down and in. It's 1-0. Now time is called as Cravey readjusts his hat. He'll hop back on the mound. Now 1-0 the count on the batter Rodriguez. Devin hitting .282 with runners in scoring position this season, 11 RBI in those situations. Now ball hits him on the bounce. Cravey skipped one. It hit the foot of Devin Rodriguez, and that'll load the bases.
His foot might have prevented a run.
Yeah.
I don't know if even Clark would have been able to get over and get square to that. The Revs do have further bullpen activity. Can't tell you who it is, but Fletch did just tell them to hurry up.
5-run lead for the Revs at 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th, but this thing could get interesting. Now Fletch, a slow walk out to the mound to buy some time for that reliever and talk things over with Cravey in the infield. Both teams with 7 hits in this one. The difference is the Revs have 5 more runs than the Crabs at 6-1. Crabs winning in the error department, though, Darryl. 4-0 there.
Yeah. We'll let them win in that one.
Yeah, that's more of a column like golf. You want the lower number.
6th inning is where some trouble occurred last night. Of course, that was supposed to be a 7-inning game, but just want to not allow the big inning here. Even if 1 run scores, you'll live with that.
Bases loaded with 1 down, bottom of the 6th. Revs a 5-run lead. Here's Cravey's pitch to the new batter, Corey Vaughn, who swings and misses at a breaking ball low and away. 0-1.
That helps.
Surprised to see Vaughn free swinging there. 0-1 the count on the power hitter Vaughn. Pitch from Cravey, breaking ball low and away, so they clearly want to stay away and low in the zone. Vaughn has 6 home runs this season. He's driven in 15. Well, Vaughn hitting just 200 with runners in scoring position this year. 1,000 with the bases loaded. He's only had 1 at-bat, though, with that situation. Drove in 2. The 1-1 pitch, low and away. Skips by Clark. Another run is going to come home. The tag from Cravey not in time. Sliding in just ahead of the tag is Martinez from third base. I believe they'll score that a wild pitch and make it 2 runs in the game for the Blue Crabs. It's now a 6-2 game as they inch closer in the bottom of the 6th.
And I think they had a real chance to recover and get him, but as Clark went for the ball, his cleats slipped on the grass. He sort of went into a swimming motion trying to regain his footing and get that flip away.
Everyone else moves up. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 down. The pitch from Cravey popped up, foul, out of play, 1-2. 2-2. Six to 2 ball game now. Cravey's allowed 1 run so far in this 6th inning. Inning not over yet. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Crabs threatening. And the pitch, fly ball deep left field, and that ball is not coming back. And no doubt about it, shot for Corey Vaughn. And it's a 1-run ball game with 1 swing of the bat. A 3-run tater. That thing went over the picnic tent out there in left field, out of the stadium off the clubhouse. And that's home run number 7. And now RBIs 16, 17, and 18 on the season for Corey Vaughn. Darryl, your awe said it all.
I'm sorry.
Just awe.
It's crushed. That's the one mistake they didn't want to make. And you said earlier in the at-bat, trying to stay away from him. He free swung, got a strike, chasing. But the one mistake you didn't want to make was with that short field and left, allow the big fly and the big inning, and Southern Maryland suddenly right back in it.
Not a good outing for Tyler Cravey. He gives up 4 runs in just a 1/3 of an inning. Revs will go to the bullpen again. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back here on the broadcast. Stick with us. Revs still in the lead, 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Hyland Piguero, the new pitcher for the Revs, in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch that he throws is fouled back into the netting by Austin Green, the catcher. 0-1 the count. A 4-run bottom of the 6th so far for the Crabs. They've hit themselves back in it pretty quickly. One swing of the bat gave them 3. Corey Vaughn, 3-run, no doubt about it, home run over the left field wall. Bring the Crabs within 1. That was off Tyler Cravey. Now Piguero gets Green to foul another one into the netting. It's 0-2. Piguero comes on to try to weather the storm. We've seen both teams put up 4 runs in an inning. The Crabs not done, though, in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 6-5 game. Revs trying to keep it right where it is. Crabs now out hitting the Revs 8-7. Piguero set. The 0-2 pitch, fastball. He challenged him with it. Sent out of play down the right field side. Hyland comes on, trying to get the final 2 outs of the 6th, and some cheering down there. The fan make a nice catch down there, Darryl?
Must have.
Plenty of room to go after a foul ball over there on the concourse. Piguero will come with the 0-2 once more. The pitch to Green. Breaking ball low and away for a ball, 1-2. Final line on Cravey, a third of an inning, 4 runs, all of them earned. Gave up 3 hits. No strikeouts, no walks, and he hit a batter. Piguero trying to get out of the 6th. He's set on the hill. Well, the 0-2 pitch again. Breaking ball misses low and away. And it's 2-2.
Corey Vaughn is now 9 for 21 against York with 3 doubles and 3 of his 7 home runs this season.
Just start intentionally walking him every time up. Give him the Bryce Harper treatment. Remember when Joe Madden pretty much walked him every single plate appearance in that series?
Yeah.
That one's fouled out of play. That was, I believe, 2 years ago.
Playoff series?
No, it was in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Harper was on a flat-out tear the first month of the season, and they come to Wrigley, and Madden just decides he's going to put him on every time up.
That's right.
It worked out, and then Harper went cold after that. Maybe that's what they need to do to Vaughn. 2-2 the count on Austin Green. He had it. Piguero had it 0-2. 1 down in the inning. 6-5 lead for the Crabs, or the Revs over the Crabs. And the pitch from Piguero. Low and away again, and that's the spot where both Cravey and Piguero have missed quite a bit this inning. The low and away part of the strike zone. Revs led 6-1 coming into the inning. That went away pretty quickly. They still have the lead, however. 3-2 the count now on Green. Here's Piguero's payoff pitch. Fastball popped up. Foul territory right side of the infield. Cruz is under it. Cuevas is over there too, but it's Cruz who makes the catch in foul territory on the warning track. Just past the Revs dugout. That's a big out number 2 there for Hyland Piguero. The first out he records in the inning. Now with 2 down and no one on, it's Angeles Nina. You got your phone out, Darryl?
Oh, you know what? We'll just ask them.
We
have friends in there.
That's a little easier.
Yeah. I mean, it only lasts for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, you really got to be ready. So pop out for Green. Piguero trying to get the ender. First pitch, Nina shows bunt but pulls back. Spinning around. The pitch was called a ball. It's 1-0. Slim 1-run lead for the Revs. It was 5 runs coming into the inning. 4 spot for the Blue Crabs. Revs still in front, 6-5. Bottom of the 6th of this 9-inning game today. Both games yesterday were 7 innings. One went 9. On the 1-0 pitch, misses in. 2-0. Seems like it's cooled down a little bit out there, Daryl. How is it?
Yeah, it has. Sun hidden by cloud cover. Little breeze going.
No sunburn for you out there. That's a good thing.
No, I got a little yesterday.
Yeah?
On my walk.
Okay. 2-0 the count on Angeles Nina. Pitch from Peguero. There's a fastball in the outer half. 2-1. When I was sitting out at the pool yesterday before coming over to the stadium, I caught some sun. I was trying to even out the farmer's tan that I've got going. And, I got a little red on, the upper chest area, but it wasn't sunburned. It was just kind of red, and it's going to turn into tan like it always does for me. So I'm a little happy about that. Swing and a miss there from Nina. It's 2-2.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess you just burn. Well, I've, I guess, blessed with the Italian heritage there. Just tan, no burning. Don't really even need sunscreen.
It's a rite of passage for me every summer. A little burn.
Sure. The 2-2 pitch to Nina. Ground ball to short. Dent has it on 2 hops. Waits back. Throws over to Cruz. And the inning is finally over. But the Crabs strike for 4. The big blow, a 3-run shot over the left field wall from Corey Vaughn. But the Revs still have the lead. Peguero gets the final 2 outs of the frame. And it's a 6-5 lead for the Revs after 6. Darryl taking back over play-by-play in the top of the 7th. Stick with us here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
If you are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIA-CREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 7th inning. It is 6-5 York. It's tight. Revs are still in front, though. Pitching change for Southern Maryland. Right-hander Shane Watson takes over. That mound switcheroo brought to you by Maple Donuts. 6-5 the lead. It'll be Dotel, Wilson, Cuevas. 3-4-5 due-up. All have swung the bat pretty well today. And Wellington in there. No batting gloves. First pitch breaking ball. It's a called strike. Watson pretty much straight over the top. Not really a 12-6 hook, but maybe 11-5. And he'll go from the stretch. 6'4" righty, fires home. And a ground ball up the middle, base hit for Dotel to lead things off here in the 7th inning. Revs with their 8th hit. Each team now with 8. And Dotel with his second. He's now 2 for 3. Also a sac fly earlier, a run scored. And that'll bring up Zach Wilson. Wilson today 1 for 3, RBI single and a run scored in the 5th. We mentioned a couple times today. He's been playing banged up, but came through. An RBI hit through the left side. He can't run very well, but eventually got around to score himself as Watson checks in on Dotel, who dives back. It's now 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for York, 5 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors for Southern Maryland, but really only 1 led to an extra run as Watson throws over again. Dotel dirty, but back in again. And now ready. And the first pitch to Wilson in tight as he has to yank the arms upward. Revs scored the game's first 2 in the 3rd inning, a pair of sac flies. Southern Maryland got the Griffin home run in the 4th. Revs answer with 4 in the 5th. Pitch is up high. Dotel running. Throw to second. He is tagged out as Nina flashed the glove down and just got a piece of his leg trying to slide to the very back of the bag. 1 out and the base is cleared off.
He did almost elude that tag, like you said, trying to go to the back, and the tag came straight down from Nina, but he just got Dotel.
Well, 1 away. A 1-0 count on Wilson. And Watson back to him, and a swing and a pop foul. First base side, Rodriguez giving a look by the Revs dugout, but out of room. The Revs, who had that 4-run 5th inning, Southern Maryland putting up a 4-run inning of their own in the 6th, and here we are at 6-5. A little bit tighter than they had designs on, but pitch to Wilson, and it is a called strike, outside corner. Revs with 3 sac flies today. That ties a team record. Last time they did it was a little over a year ago, opening weekend of last year, home opening weekend. Pitch to Wilson, breaking ball, hooks low, 2-2. It was in a 4-2 win over Somerset. And they've done it several times. Did leave the bases loaded in the 5th. Maybe a chance for more, but Russo came in to escape. There's the 2-2. And a breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Wilson knew it. Watson doubled up on that pitch, missed with it once, but came back with it, and that's out number 2.
Right now, after that leadoff single, you're thinking, okay, the Revs are going to get back to it and maybe scratch across a run or a nice inning. And the caught stealing changed things, and then the Wilson strikeout. The Crabs bullpen's done a good job of keeping things where they are.
Russo, an inning and a 3rd, didn't allow a hit. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Cuevas. 6-5 York in the 7th. First pitch breaking ball is down and away. Cuevas 1 for 3. RBI double in the 5th. He hit it off the wall in left center on the fly. And it's great to see him bust out a little bit. Melky Mesa was down in the dugout mimicking, doing like lat pull downs, like he's got to get stronger since it hit the wall as he rifles a foul down the right field side, a ball and a strike. Well, yesterday it was the seeing eye hit that provided the winner in game 1. Quite honestly, of all the hitters in the last week, he might have as many hard hit balls as any. It's the 1-1, and he foul tips it back into the netting. Blue Crabs in the bottom of the 7th will have the top of the order due up. The Revs will have to get through the entire lineup at least once more. Right now the lead is 1 run. Trying to get a split in both locations on this road trip. The 1-2 breaking ball. He reached a little, pops a foul back, stays alive again. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Mark Hamburger did not get the no-hitter. New Britain scored a run in the 7th, finally, when he was still no-hitting the Patriots, but they scored 2 in the 7th and win 2-1. finished with 3 hits. There's the 1-2. Breaking ball, tried to check. It's in the dirt, skips by, appeal to first. He did not complete the swing.
Did you see Cuevas wagging his finger like, no, I didn't go. He wanted that appeal.
And now 2-2. Lancaster up 4-3 in the 8th at Long Island. They have scored 4 unanswered in that one. Here's the 2-2. Swing, and he pops it up. Foul again, though. And back over the roof. They made sure when we were here in spring training that that roof could withstand all of these foul balls.
Did they ever? I mean, they were working on that night and day, nonstop.
The ambiance was amazing. Now again ready. Another 2-2. And a curveball beaten foul over by the Blue Crab dugout off the fencing of it. It's quite the battle from Cuevas. Fifth foul ball. And he swings here and dribbles one to first. Evan Rodriguez away from the bag. He's got it. He'll take it himself. Calling off Watson, who was right there waiting should he have wanted him. And the inning over. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Stretch time here in Waldorf. It's the Revs 6, the Blue Crabs 5.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
And at the bottom of the 7th, Highland Piguero stays on. He got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. And the top of the order for the Blue Crabs, who have charged to within 1 run, 6-5. Ryan Strasburger will lead things off. I made a boo-boo. I didn't realize, forgot the Revs had 3 sac flies in a game earlier this year, but it does tie a team record. First pitch to Strasburg, just outside. As Piguero stares in, thinking perhaps that was in the zone. The sun has come out brightly here, as we are about 4:30 Eastern. The 1-0, and a line drive up the middle, base hit. Piguero had to duck, as that one zipped right past his back. And the leadoff man is on. Edwin Garcia to the plate next. Last night it was a 2-run lead that Southern Maryland erased in the 6th inning. Today a 5-run lead. And in the 6th, they close to within 1. That's where we are here at this juncture. Garcia 0 for 3 today. 2 pop-ups and a line-out. First pitch is a called strike. He was bending back, but Peguero got the belt-high strike call on the inner part of the plate. Blue Crabs, another righty getting ready. Sam Runyon in left field. It's the 0-1, and a slider fouled against the screen. Good pitch from Peguero. He retired both men that he faced, ending the 6th inning. Now dealing with a leadoff base runner in the 7th. Strasburger, who's had a pretty good series. On base first time today. Cruz holds him over there. Peguero, the set, and the 0-2. Swinging its line the other way, but foul into the seats behind the Revs bullpen and right. That'll stay, no balls, 2 strikes. Frank Martinez on deck. John Griffin due 4th this inning. He's had the biggest day, 3 for 3 with a homer. Biggest other than Vaughn, who's 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Another 0-2. And a ground ball rolled toward the middle. Dent lays out, can't reach it. Right between short and second. And it's a base hit for Garcia. First and second with nobody out. Blue Crabs have found their share of holes here this weekend and in this game today. Now the tying run goes to second base. And Frank Martinez to the plate. He's 1 for 3, and he started the 4-run 6th inning with a seeing eye hit up the middle. There's the stretch, first offering, down and in. Clark smothers it, a slider that was breaking in by the batter's feet. It is a perilous 6-5 lead at the moment. Blue Crabs with their 10th hit today. Revs set up to turn 2, playing the switch hitter to pull from the left side, the 1-0. He swings, slaps it fair down the left field line, and the lead is gone. It rattles out of the left field corner. Gillies fires in. It's an RBI double, and we're tied at 6. Second and third, still no outs. 3 straight hits to begin the inning. And Martinez smoked it the other way. Wilson at third laid out toward the line, but couldn't reach it.
The bullpen's had some serious trouble these last 2 games, the nightcap yesterday and here today. That's tough for Dom Severino, who's going to get a tough no decision today for as well as he pitched. And to see a 5-run lead go like that is tough.
Now the infield in, tied at 6. Second and third, nobody out. John Griffin, the hitter. And Peguero delivers. It crossed up Clark, and it hit the plate on Martinez, who falls in a heap. And Tyler Clark motioning for Chong to come out right away. And Southern Maryland athletic trainer Lauren Eck will do the same. And Martinez is down on his chest and hasn't moved. He fell back and flopped. And I don't know if it hit him in the chest or in the head.
Yeah, I missed it. I was looking at my scorebook and looked up and see him on the ground.
My goodness. Fell in a heap. And he didn't really brace his fall, which makes me concerned that he was knocked out. And now he starts to move his legs as he rolls over into a seated position. Maybe it was chest to knock the wind out of him. I don't know. Now it looks like Chong and their athletic trainer, Laura Neck, are looking at his face. Silvio claps his hands together, asks for some help to his feet. He's been a staple in this league the last few years. He's a big fella back there. He'll take a moment. I don't know if it was wind knocked out or if that got him in the face.
I think it caught him in the chin or something. Chong just motioned to his own chin. I think that's what it might have been.
And they might be concerned about concussion and all of that because Tim Detweiler is running pretty quickly down toward the umpire's room and left. And that would make me think he might be putting on some home plate gear.
That's what it looks like. And a sprint that quick. It doesn't make sense for Silvio to put the gear back on, at least behind the plate. But if it's possible concussion, they can't really let him back out there.
No. I mean, the way he went down, it made me concerned that he wasn't with it. And it got him squarely. He will hand off all the baseballs in his bag to Jorge Teran, and he will be leaving this game. He fell straight back. One of the Blue Crabs is going to bring a cup of water out to him. He's had a long day back there. Unfortunately, his day will end here. And certainly hope that he feels better soon, and their athletic trainer will walk back with him. Hopefully those tests will be negative for the concussion, but if that is the case, hopefully a speedy recovery for a guy that we often see, whether it's at home or elsewhere. He's Silvio Jr. His dad pitched in the majors back in the day. Peguero will take some warm-ups here. And the umpires, they wear the pads and shin guards under the uniforms, so Detweiler's got to get all those items on, and probably a couple of minutes till he's back out. And I guess a cross-up. Clark looked like he completely missed it, and it nailed the plate on. He did walk off under his own, their trainer alongside. He did walk in a straight line out into the left field corner, but that definitely got him good. Meanwhile, Southern Maryland has erased a 5-run lead for the Revs. They've tied it at 6. It's second and third with no outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Peguero staying loose during the delay, couple warm-ups. And the Revs, who had the 4-run 5th inning, all the momentum. Blue Crabs were playing about as sloppy as it gets. York was up 6-1. You're thinking, oh, this is a nice Sunday at the park, going to get a split and head home. But Russo came in, left the bases loaded. He came in with 2 outs. Wasn't like a bases loaded 1 out or no out situation, but they weren't able to add on. Still, though, the way Dom was going, felt good that lead would be enough. Severino, 5 innings, 1 run, but Blue Crabs have gotten to the Revs bullpen for a second straight game. Peguero's thrown enough. He and Cuevas standing alongside Teran and having a chat. Tyler Clark doesn't want to be left out. He'll walk over and join as well.
Well, Cruz and Dent are just chilling in the dugout.
Oh.
They're not even worried about just sitting down or talking with the guys on the field. They said, let's take a break. But unfortunate, though, for both teams. And obviously, we hope Silvio's okay. The break might stall the Blue Crabs' momentum. Also, for Peguero to have this long break in between his work out there on the mound is tough. During the half inning, Darryl, I couldn't even get food. They closed the concession stand.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So.
Do you have anything packed?
I got some snacks. They told me I can go into the kitchen and tell them that it closed before I could get some from up here in the press box. They said they still serve the sweets, so I can get some later.
Okay.
So they said they would do that for me, so hopefully that comes through.
Yeah. I had a large cuisine during the 4th and 5th. Thing was loaded up. Well, we wait for Tim Detweiler to make his way back. While we have a moment, we'll go ahead and honor our Jimmy John's delivery of the game right now. It was the errant pickoff throw to first base in the 5th inning when Tyler Clark went to second, saw the Blue Crabs taking their time with it, and took third, a hustle play that set the tone for that inning. And it seemed to really set the tone for the game as they were building that 6-1 lead, but Southern Maryland here a couple of innings later has come back. But that was our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Jimmy John's will deliver to the entire office, now delivering from 3 locations in York, 970 Laux Road, 2058 South Queen Street, and 150 Memory Lane. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Well, we still wait for Tim Detweiler to reappear, so we'll take a quick injury timeout here in the bottom of the 7th inning. For the plate ump, Silvio Martinez, who had to leave the game after getting hit up near the face, or right on the face mask with a pitch. Revs and Blue Crabs tied at 6. Southern Maryland, one more run this inning to tie it. They have second and third with no outs for John Griffin when we come back.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost every body, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best. Whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace, walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tied at 6, Tim Detweiler has come back with the home plate gear on. He'll get down behind Tyler Clark and watch a couple as Highland Pagero throws a couple last warm-ups. For him to get loose and for Detweiler to track a couple pitches, he says he's good. And everybody will head back to their positions. Blue Crab athletic trainer Lauren Eck is on her way back to the Southern Maryland third base dugout. So whatever the current condition of Silvio Martinez, he appears to be in there by himself at this point, which I guess is good news for him, but he took a shot. So we'll get back to it. 1-0 the count on John Griffin. And Mace coming out, and that might be it for Peguero right there. He had somebody warming up, and he's going to go to his bullpen a bit further here. Peguero, I think maybe as much as anything, Mace didn't want him to deal with that long delay and keep going. They might have been getting someone ready regardless, as he was out for his second inning of work. This was his sixth, would have been his sixth batter faced. And once the delay happened, maybe Mace just figured, well, we'll make a move right now. So pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the bottom of the seventh. And Ricardo Gomez will get a chance to bounce back from last night. He comes in second and third, no outs though. And a tie game, 6-6 here in the seventh.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge-free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime, at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Well, Gomez is ready to go. Second and third, no outs, a run in to tie it. Revs with all four infielders in. The 1-0 to Griffin. It's outside, a slider missing. Gomez had trouble last night. He came in, struck out a batter right away as Dent was checking on something, maybe defensive assignments, but Gomez, 2 walks last night, both scored. Here's the 2-0, and a slider, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike on Griffin, and it was a little startling last night because he looked so good the first hitter he faced, but then just lost the strike zone. Both those runners scored after he exited. Now ready, here's the 2-1, and a slider down and away. They do have a bag open. Tie game, so really third and second are the difference-making runners. A walk is not the worst thing. It would set up force everywhere. Now ready, here's the 3-1 pitch, and it misses outside. It was all sliders. They didn't want Griffin to beat them right there. It is a walk. The bases are loaded, and now they will go after Angelo Sonko.
Like you said, not the worst thing in the world there with the base open. It's much better than to have Griffin connect on one and find a gap plate two, or even go deep again. So now you set up that force in the double play possibility.
Griffin reaching for the 4th time today. Big day out of the cleanup spot. Now Sonko, who's 0 for 3, a fly out, strikeout, ground out. Double play depth. And the first pitch is swung on and belted but foul. He's out in front and hammers it out toward the play area for the kids in right field. So the Revs setting up for 2. They will give up a go-ahead run to try to get 2 outs and prevent this from being a monster of an inning. Go into the 8th, down 1 perhaps if they turn 2 here. They need 3 outs though, none in the inning yet. And Gomez, the 0-1, Swinging a broken bat floater, shallow right, down it goes. It's a base hit. 1 run in, here comes a second one. Mitchell's throw to third beats Griffin, but it bounced up on Wilson, and Griffin slides in before a tag can be made. That is not what they were counting on. It's a 2-run bloop dumped into shallow right, and Southern Maryland leads it 8-6.
Well, that hurts right there. Really disheartening to see this lead go from 6-1 in the Revs' favor, and now it's 8-6 in favor of the Crabs. Just a dump shot blooper into right, and nothing Mitchell can do. That's 2 easy runs right there.
7 unanswered. The 3 this inning are the first 3 earned runs against Peguero since joining York. First and third for Devin Rodriguez. First pitch, a half swing. He went on it. Slider in the dirt. So now 8-6 Southern Maryland. 4 last inning, 3 here in the 7th. Rodriguez today 0 for 2. A hit by pitch and a run scored. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a line drive base hit into left center. That one in the alley. Griffin will score. Gillies slides to get to it. Throw into short. As they stop Sonko at third, Rodriguez pulls into second, though. RBI double. It's 9-6. 6 batters have hit this inning. They've all reached. And now 4 runs across.
Not getting any better right now. That's a tough situation for Gomez to come into. It would have been a tough situation for Peguero to have to pitch in after that delay. Really a lose-lose situation.
So second and third now. Here's Corey Vaughn, who made it a 1-run game last inning. Infield in. First pitch outside off the glove of Clark. It ricochets away, and Sonko scores easily. And it's 10-6 as Rodriguez goes to third. It was high and away, but they'll probably score to pass ball. Clark did have to reach across his body, but one that he ordinarily has. 5 runs in the inning after 4 the inning before. Clark will take a moment to adjust his shin guards. Infield in, runner at third, the 1-0. Slider, it's a called strike. Corey Vaughn today, 2 for 3, 3-run homer last inning, which at the time cut the Revs' lead to 1. Here's the 1-1. Fastball up and outside. It is now 9 unanswered for Southern Maryland the last 2 innings. Infield stays up. Revs still looking for their first out of the inning. Pitch, and it's a called strike, outside corner. Now 1-2. Corey Vaughn, he grew up around major league clubhouses, his dad playing. Said his dad never pushed him to play, though. The 1-2, and a slider breaks away. Vaughn was drafted by the Mets out of San Diego State. He played for the late Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, who was head coach there, and Greg Vaughn's former teammate with the Padres. There's the 2-2. Swing, and he fouls it back and out of play. Corey's certainly one of the interesting stories in the league the past couple of years. Last year, his first year in the Atlantic League. Stretch from Gomez, and another 2-2 on the way. And a swing and a pop-up foul again, first base side. He was a 4th-round pick, Vaughn was, back in 2010. He was actually born in Green Bay when his dad played for the Brewers. Greg, 15 years in the majors, 89 through 03. Brewers, Padres, Reds, Rays, Rockies. Here's a slider, and it's launched high in the air and left. Gillies backs up, shading his eyes with the glove, comes back forward, makes the catch. He will let it fly toward the plate, but it's a little late and a little off to the left. Sack fly for Corey Vaughn. He drives in his 4th, and the Blue Crabs lead it 11-6 here in the 7th inning.
At least you get an out of that, and just nothing going the Revs' way today. The bullpen has really struggled. And this is unlike this Revs bullpen. We've never seen anything like this season.
That is a 6-run inning. First 6 all reached and scored, now 1 out. Here is Austin Green, who's 1 for 3. And Gomez steps off. Goes to the rosin bag, maybe a bad thought that he had to get out of there. And the first pitch, fastball called strike. 3 this inning charged to Peguero, the last 3 charged to Gomez. Sets, here's the 0-1, and a slider cued foul over by the Revs dugout. Barring a comeback, it'd be a 3-5 road trip. Gomez fires, and a swing and a pop-up at second. Cuevas moves out. He's under it waiting, and makes the 2-hand grab, 2 down. It is 5 o'clock. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Southern Maryland an 11-6 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Nina, who's 1 for 3 with a blue pit. Gomez, the pitch to him. Fastball, it's a called strike. This is who Gomez came in last night and blew away to start the 6th inning, but then a couple of walks that began their comeback. 0-1, and that misses outside. For Gomez today, this is his 15th appearance of the year. He deals, and a breaking ball jammed him. He punches a foul down the first base side. That means it's the 298th appearance of his Atlantic League career. He is 2 away from becoming the 3rd in league history to 300. He already ranks 3rd. On the stretch, the pitch, and a slider breaks wide. The only 2 with more appearances than Gomez is 298. Ben Grzelowski, who had 311 with Long Island and Somerset, among others. And Ross Peoples, 374. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes down Nina for the 2nd straight day on a fastball away, but the damage has been done. 6 runs in the inning for Southern Maryland on 5 hits. No errors, nobody left. They have scored 10 unanswered and lead it 11-6 as we go to the 8th.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, Revs trail 11-6. New pitcher for Southern Maryland is Sam Runyon. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the Revs need another big inning in them here today. They had 4-run fifth, went up 6-1, but Southern Maryland 2 big innings in a row. And they have taken control. First pitch to Cruz leading off is just outside from the overhand throwing Runyon, who's got a big high leg kick. 6'4" righty, straight over the top, a little bit funky. And the 1-0 pitch, there's a strike, hits the spot he was going for on the first attempt. Cruz 1 for 3 today, RBI infield hit in the 5th. No batting gloves for him either. Pitch is down and away off the mitt of Green. It rolls away. And when he legged out that infield hit in the 5th, that dugout was going nuts. It was joyous down there, but a couple of big innings for the Blue Crabs have changed the tone of the afternoon. And the Revs looking for an answer with 2 innings to go. Pitch is across for a strike. 2-2. Runyon has been their top reliever. He fires, breaking ball, strike 3 called. Breaks off a hook and freezes Cruz. And there's one away here in the 8th. Revs baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the team. There's Ryan Dent, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Runyon in 23 outings, 0-1, but his ERA is 0.82. 22 innings, just 11 hits, 4 runs, only 2 are earned. 5 walks, and now 27 strikeouts. Opponents just 151 as he misses away on Dent, first pitch. Blue Crab bullpen was maybe their biggest weakness earlier in the year, but Runyon's been excellent. He fires and a swing and a foul back. Their bullpen staff ERA is 4.44. They had some games early in the year where opposing teams were putting up football totals. They lost one at Long Island 27-9 as Runyon comes back and missed away. That was their first road game of the year. Lost one to the Revs 12-2, lost one to the Skeeters 14-1, another one 17-3, another one 10-4. Here's a swing and a miss. That was all in one visit to Texas. But since then, they've been a lot better. In fact, since May 19th, when they allowed 8, 17, and 10 on 3 straight days. Pitch to Dent. He swings and skies it down the right field side. That'll find the stands. 2-2 it stays. Since then, they've allowed a high of 8, and they've only done it once, and that was in York, May 29. They've allowed 7 a couple of times, but not with the regularity that they did early in the year. Oh, there was a 12 that they allowed that I missed early in the year. Pitch to Dent, foul tip, back to the net. He stays alive.
things definitely trending up for the Blue Crabs, and for the Revs and Southern Maryland in 3rd and 4th in this division, they've both looked really good at times and then both really bad at times. Right now, Southern Maryland has just gotten the better of the Revs bullpen today, and that's the difference.
Runyon was a 2nd-round pick of the Royals. He deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Another good hook from the righty. 2 up, 2 down on strikeouts here in the 8th. He was a 2nd-round pick out of high school in 07 by Kansas City. Made it as high as AAA. He's from Asheville, North Carolina. 7 years in the Royals system. And briefly in Tampa Bay and Washington farm systems. Here's Tyler Clark, 2 for 3, triple, bunt, single, 2 runs, and he fouls the first one back. Got jammed on it. Runyon last year with Southern Maryland, 3-2 with a not bad but very average 4.39 ERA. This year it's under 1. Deals home, and it is just outside. Ball and a strike to Clark. 11-6. Southern Maryland leads it in the 8th. Now ready and fires. And a swing and a foul to the top of the netting. Count 1-2 on Clark. At the end of today's game, if the Revs don't come back and he catches 8 innings, he will have caught basically 24 innings in the last 24 hours. Runyon with the pitch. And a breaking ball, strike 3 called. Strikes out the side, all on that big sharp hook. And it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for him. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Revs down here at Southern Maryland, 11-6.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
York Revolution's 8th annual Ag and Farm Night presented by BB&T is Saturday, June 23rd, featuring post-game fireworks presented by the Allied Milk Producers. Interactive games include a cow milking contest between teams, watermelon crawl, and corn shucking. Be sure to sign up for our adult and youth ice cream eating contest courtesy of Yingling's Ice Cream. Fundraising tickets to benefit the York County Ag Business Council are available at YorkRevolution.com under groups, then group theme nights. Ag and Farm Night presented by BB&T, Saturday, June 23rd at People's Bank Park.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, 11-6. Southern Maryland in front. And Zach Treese will come on next. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Last saw Treese with a 1-2-3 inning here on Friday night. He certainly has turned his season around since the initial couple of outings. Most since then have been scoreless. Face the top of the order, Ryan Strasburger up first. He's 1 for 4 on the day, singled to begin that damaging 6-run 7th inning, scored the first of the runs. And Treese's pitch is a little bit high. Strasburger taking over. Mentioned a couple times this weekend, Johnny Bladell had been their leadoff man, signed by the Red Sox after hitting .341. Pitch is a fastball, low and away. 2-0. Strasburger, who scored 3 runs in the game here Friday night. 1 here this afternoon. There's the pitch, and it misses outside, ball 3. He made it to the majors with the Rangers in 2015, 31 outings, or 31 games played. 16th round pick in 2010 out of Indiana State University. Born in Indiana, pitch to him is just outside. A 4-pitch walk to begin the bottom of the 8th. So he is on base again. That's what they need him to do, hitting in that top spot. It's only the second walk from Revs pitchers today. Blue Crabs do have 13 hits.
And you can look at that as a positive, as they're not giving up free passes. They're just getting hit around.
Here's Edwin Garcia. First pitch strike, hits the outside corner.
Never a positive for a bullpen or a pitching staff to get hit around like today, especially with a big lead. But if you want to find the silver lining, is guys aren't giving up free passes, letting more base runners on.
Pitch is grounded deep short, Dent to his right, gloves near the hip, goes to second for 1, and the turn is in time. Garcia might be dinged up because he certainly wasn't getting down the line very well. It goes 6-4-3. Dent had to go a couple steps right. Ordinarily, you don't have time to turn 2 on a ball like that, but Cuevas got rid of it. Nicely turned, and there's 2 down.
Well, that's big right there. Just confidence boosting after a walk to get a double play like that. Dent is so good at that, throwing off balance to any bag. And then how about the stretch from Cruz over at first?
Here's Frank Martinez. He looks at a strike. Cruz has been great over there in 2 days. Martinez 2 for 4, RBI double last inning. 2 runs scored, the 0-1. And a breaking ball called strike from Treese, who jumps on top. Only 2 walks today. Last night the Revs walked 11 in game 2, which is uncharacteristic. They've been a pretty good team at limiting that. Here's a swing and a miss. Went inside with a fastball, and Martinez tied up, swings through it. So Zach Treese, a leadoff walk, but gets a double play on the first pitch to Garcia, and then a quick strikeout to put a quick end to the 8th. Another scoreless outing for Zach. We'll go to the 9th. Revs need a big inning themselves. They trail 11-6.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
You guys ready? Come on!
Sixers head coach Brett Brown joins us. People forget what you went through, and we had you on during this process. Did you ever have one of those, or the last time you had one of those moments where you just, you know what, it got to you, where you just said, I just don't know if I'm going to see the light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, during the 10-win season and, you lost 26 in a row, I think during that period of time, you wondered, times was it something that you thought you were signing up for? I did feel comfortable and confident we were working on the correct things, my version of what I think a culture is. But when the last time I spoke with you compared to where we are now, that seems like a long time ago.
You went from 10 to 52 wins in 2 years. That's pretty incredible there.
The Dan Patrick Show. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
Revs need a 5-run inning of their own, or it is a 3-5 road trip. We go to the 9th inning, 11-6. Southern Maryland up. Right-hander Ryan Chaffee is their new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He had a scoreless 6th inning last night. Back-to-back games for him. Tyson Gillies leads off, swings and misses. First pitch. Gillies today hit by pitch and a run early in the game. Sac fly in the 5th. And then a fly out in the 6th. Officially only 0 for 1. Has driven in 1 and scored 1. Pitch here is dribbled foul behind the plate. 0-2. And he will need some at-bats. It's been a while since he's played. He was in spring training with Gary South Shore of the American Association, but a lot of veterans get let go from that league. They have a veteran minimum or a maximum. Pitch is fouled off, third base side. The Atlantic League, unlike some of the other leagues where you can have as many veterans as you desire, the other leagues have a cap on that. Another 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Slider breaking in on the hands. Gillies can't connect on it. And Blue Crab pitchers have struck out the last 4. 1 down for Chaffee after Runyon struck out the side in the 8th.
What is the definition of a veteran? Is it a certain age in these leagues?
I think it's service time. So I think,
time. Okay.
Yeah, and they have different requirements, and guys are like a 1 or a 2. I don't even know what it all means, but here's Jared Mitchell, and he swings, pops the first one up, foul and out of play. Mitchell today 0 for 2, sac fly and a walk though, run scored. I guess the association also has like 2 roster spots that you can pay a maximum salary to. Here's the 0-1, and that misses up high.
Max contracts in the American Association?
Yeah. Yeah, not quite as much as those NBA guys will command. Here's a swing and a ground ball, foul pass first, 1-2.
So you're telling me their winter free agency is not as crazy as the NBA summer free agency?
No. No Woj bombs on those deals.
I saw a tweet recently. It was, what would be the worst thing that happened in NBA free agency? And somebody I follow quoted and said, Woj's phone is broken.
The wind from Chaffee, the pitch, and it misses high. Well, during the whole Sixers Colangelo scandal a couple weeks ago, I kept checking his Twitter. I was searching for him and singling him out to see what the latest was. He's always got the scoops.
Yep, of course.
Pitch to Mitchell is beaten foul. That one down against his foot as it rolls up the line at third. And a walk away. Fine from that, though. Wasn't too much of a shot off his foot. Well, tomorrow night should be Logan Williamson next in line. Should be Mitch Atkins Tuesday based on how they've gone on this trip. Pat McCoy Wednesday. Road Warriors in. Here's the 2-2. And it misses outside, a slider. And tomorrow night we will be on at 6:30, abbreviated pregame, right in time for first pitch at the end of the Baltimore baseball show. 3-2 to Mitchell. It is just outside. Mitchell walks for the second time today. And his walk totals have been up with the amount that he's let off almost every single game. He's been a guy that's worked the count deep. He's third in the league in walks coming in today, and he's got 2 more to give him 28. A 1-out base runner. Here's Travis Witherspoon. Mitchell running. They weren't holding, and Witherspoon tips a foul behind home. He is 1 for 4, a single and a steal. A disappointing end of the trip. Revs with 3 really exhilarating wins on it. Last night a difficult loss. Today will be as well, barring a big rally. Pitch is line right to second to Nina. Throws to first. Rodriguez gets the foot on before Mitchell can get back. And a line drive double play ends it. Blue Crabs score 10 unanswered with 4 in the 6th, 6 in the 7th. And they win the finale today 11-6, taking 3 out of 4 from the Revs. Revs had been 4-0 against the Blue Crabs before this weekend. But Southern Maryland takes 3 out of 4, and they win today. 11-6 is the final score. We will take a timeout. Post-game show follows next.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Be on the lookout.
Rich Eisen.
The Sixers, not the Cavs, not the Toronto Raptors, the Sixers. I am trusting the process. They have hit the win it now button, man. This is exciting stuff. Donovan Mitchell trolling on Ben Simmons.
Pretty great.
Wearing a hoodie with the definition of rookie on it, describing what that means is an athlete playing his or her first season as a member of a professional sports team. That was what he wore. Here's Simmons' response.
He's implying tonight you're not a rookie.
No, he's implying that I am a rookie because it's my first season.
Nice. Keep this in mind. Ben Simmons was a big problem because he didn't win at LSU. And he is now featured in the longest winning streak in the history of the Philadelphia 76ers franchise. Long cry from the, didn't even make the tournament talk.
Rich Eisen.
Easy, big fella. Can I call myself that?
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. Relive baseball's greatest moments, connect with the national pastime, and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Now a tough end of the road trip. Revs fall today 11-6. Daryl Henry back with Michael Mark Antonini as we welcome you to the post-game show. We'll do an abbreviated one today since last night they were waiting on me. We have to walk about 8 miles from the booth to the bus in this particular venue, but things got off to a very promising start as we recap things today. Dominic Severino sharp for a second straight start, and the Revs scored in the third inning. Tyler Clark, a leadoff triple. Gillies hit by a pitch. Mitchell, a sac fly. Witherspoon reached on an error. And Wellington Dotel added a second sac fly of the inning to give the Revs a 2-0 lead. John Griffin, a solo homer in the fourth, the only run allowed by Severino in his 5 innings. That made it 2-1. The very next inning, though, the Revs put up 4, and you thought maybe in the middle innings they were staking their claim and working on putting this game to wraps, scoring 4 times to go up 6-1. Clark, who had tripled to lead off the inning 2 innings before, this time laid down a bunt base hit, and then a hustle play on an errant pickoff throw where he took 2 bases on it. That allowed him to score on Gillies' fly ball, a sac fly for Tyson to give him his first Revs RBI. And the Revs tying a team record with 3 sac flies in the game today, all in the first 5 innings. That made it 3-1. And Mitchell walked to reignite the rally with 2 outs. Dotel singled, Wilson an RBI single, Cuevas an RBI double off the left center wall, Luis Cruz an RBI infield hit. And all of a sudden, it was 6-1 York, 4 straight hits with 2 outs, ending Drake Britton's day. But the Revs only managed 1 base hit and 3 base runners against the Blue Crab bullpen in 4 1/3 innings. Really didn't get anything going the rest of the day. Left them loaded to end the 5th, settling for the 6-1 lead. The way Severino was going, you thought that would be enough, as Severino finished the 5th inning with a scoreless frame. But in the 6th, Blue Crabs set the table, scored 1 on a wild pitch, 3 more on a Corey Vaughn home run off of Tyler Cravey. That cut the lead to 1 run, 6-5. And then in the 7th inning, they would take control, scoring 6 times, 3 off Peguero, 3 off Gomez. RBI double from Frank Martinez tied it. Then we had the long delay after Silvio Martinez was hit by a pitch in the face mask. He had to leave the game. Didn't get any better after the delay. A 2-run bloop hit from Angelo Sonko. Devin Rodriguez, an RBI double. Another run scored in there on a pass ball. Corey Vaughn, a sac fly, giving him a 4 RBI day. And the Blue Crabs winning the second half of this game as they take it by a final score of 11-6. Final totals in this one for the Revs: 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left only 5 on base. Southern Maryland with 11 runs on 13 hits, 4 errors. They left 4. The win went to Shane Watson in relief. He's 2-0. Highland Peguero, the loss, 1-2. Time of the game, 3 hours, 18 minutes, played in front of 2,099 here at Regency Furniture Stadium. So, Michael, a tough one today, but Revs heading home. They'll have a 7-game homestand, then 1 series away, and then back home for another week after that. And this is a part of the schedule heading home where you want to do some damage, separate yourself from that sort of alternating wins and losses and win streaks and losing streaks, 500 type baseball.
Right, and that basically has to happen here at home. This is the longest home stretch that they're going to have the rest of the first half. Then there's another 6-game homestand after that. But 7 in a row at home with no days off in between. You're playing a Road Warriors team that's going to be jet-lagged coming back from Sugar Land. 4 against them there as a last-place team. You have to win 3 of those 4. I got to believe that Mace is going to want to sweep. I mean, obviously you want to sweep every series, but Mace, I'm sure he's going to preach to this team. They need 3 out of 4, maybe a sweep against those guys. And then Sugar Land coming in, divisional opponent, just 1 spot ahead of you in the standings. They need to win that series as well. So this has to be a good 5-6 win homestand out of 7 if the Revs want to gain some ground. It's getting late here in the the first half, and if the Revs want to catch up on Sugar Land and Lancaster, it has to start now.
Well, our Coatman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game today, I guess Corey Vaughn. I mean, he had the big 3-run homer that made it a 1-run game, drove in 4. Are you thinking anybody else, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, Corey Vaughn's a good pick. He's the Rev killer. I mean, that's as simple as it is. He's dominated against the Revs this year. Griffin had the homer. He also had 2 singles. Revs didn't get him out today. Also had a walk, scored 3 runs. But Vaughn was the guy that really got things going with that 3-run home run for them in the 6th, and that's what started their rally.
Now 11-6 the final. We'll wrap it up with our York Mitsubishi Atlantic League scoreboard on this Sunday afternoon. Lancaster holds on for a 4-3 win at Long Island, scoring 4 times in the 8th. And Somerset a 2-1 win over New Britain. That's a big win for the Patriots. Long Island losing, so Somerset now opens their lead in the division a little bit once again at 2 games in the Liberty. And Sugar Land will host the Road Warriors coming up in, it's about an hour and a half in Texas. Right now the Skeeters 2.5 back. They have won 3 straight. And those are the York Mitsubishi Atlantic League scores here this afternoon. Well, the Revs will pack up and head home and host the Road Warriors for 4, the Skeeters for 3. It begins tomorrow night at 6:30. We'll be on at 6:30 at Peoples Bank Park right after the Baltimore Baseball Show. It's a hunger-free Monday presented by United Fiber and Data to benefit the York County Food Bank. Also, Engineering Night and Trivia Night hosted by Showtime Trivia. Tickets on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS. And at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office, Logan Williamson slated to make that start for the Revs. And the Road Warriors will counter with somebody. Probably find out when they land.
Yeah, they'll just see who's ever ready coming off that plane.
So that should be fun. But we do hope you can join us at the ballpark tomorrow night. Can't wait to be back home. And if you can't make it out, hope you can join us on radio tomorrow at 6:30. Until then, for Michael Mark Antonini in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long from Waldorf. Again, the final today, Blue Crabs 11, Revs 6. Thanks a lot for listening, and once again, happy Father's Day to all the dads who are tuned in on this Sunday afternoon. We will talk to you tomorrow at 6:30 back home in York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to the Atlantic League champion York Revolution on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager Mark Mason every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out WOYK1350.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. The Atlantic League champion York Revolution, all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. York.